Goodness. Y'all all right? Good. I don't know y'all like I've been on Skid Row. Isn't that right? Waking yourself. All right, tube to be alive. Tube better have the activity of your limbs and everything else and being able to go and be able to think on and consider. That's what I look at. I start my human when I get up, I got to go take a leak, whatever. I got to talk and consider Mr. Yahuwah. So I know it's only because it's kind that we alive, we him. A lot of times, he put us in situations just so we'll learn to consider. A lot of stuff you do, you'll take it for granted. The seeming though it's a must, it's a given. Nothing's a given, nothing's a must. It's all because of his will. That's why you learn to appreciate what he gives you, what he'll loan you. Your health and your strength, your eyes, even the teeth in your mouth. It's all what he loan you. He get ready, he pulls some. Somebody else need teeth coming in their right. So I take some out your mouth. Not to go put them in their mouth, but just feel like somebody got to get some, somebody need to lose some. So it's all like a checks and balances. People don't look at it that way. Y'all know that? Right's going crazy. You look around, the crime, I was looking at the news today was saying somebody in Pakistan, how they got them extreme drought. Pakistan saying right now they one of the hottest places in the world. They got droughts coming in. They got, how severe the droughts are. Then they were showing how in a mountain area where they had ice patches and everything, all that stuff melting. So the water coming down, they're finna have severe floods coming in. Can you imagine that? As soon as you already been overtaken with drought. They say they one of the hottest places in the world right now. That's how hot it is. But then they say all the ice skate mountains is melting. It's that hot. It done moved over to the ice part of it. It's melting. The water coming down. They said they're finna have severe flooding. Only Mr. Yahuwah could do it to you. Time for everybody to get right. These countries keep trying to fight and start war. It's time to start looking to seek Elohim. Y'all hear me? That's why we're going back through the Torah, looking, examining, make sure we got this thing right. Yes, sir. Isn't that right? Hey. For ourselves and for our young people. Isn't that right? I can't stress enough how important it is for our young people to consider what the Torah tell them to do. They come down concerning your parents, concerning yourselves, and how to keep yourselves. I always call Yahuwah Barakia and let you be able to zakar. You remember, mark it as to remember. Hang in there, Chris. You start off sleep. Got to get these young folks. Got to get them awakened for it. Young folks got to get y'all. Let me tell you something. This right here is going to be crucial for y'all over time, for your lives. People might not consider it that way, but young people, it's for them too. We were going along. We was, going to church. All you do is get kids. You take them, go sleep, and don't worry about them. It's for the grown folks. The book said, he said, it's for you and for your children. And he said, for all of them that's a fall too. In the condition situation we're in right now, we never seen it before. Nobody alive ever seen the world in this kind of chaos it's in now. It might seem all right because you got a home you going to now, but all that going to soon change after a while. Look here, y'all seen the baby formula shorty they got? Them for a while, one lady said she had to feed her baby. She usually feed her 4 ounces. She said, I got to give her 2 ounces. Little baby crying. She said, them folk panicking. White folk, they ain't show you nigga baby. And white folk, they panicking. Hurry up and run. I tell y'all, get them titties, shoot them titties, and get that milk and pack it up in the refrigerator. Y'all hear me? Go there and call Mathis Dairy, who are that, Mayfield, and Palmer and tell them to get that machine hooked to your titty and pump you down one time. Pump it down and load up in the refrigerator. Put in the deep freezer. That way your baby have milkshakes. They'll be titty shakes. Isn't that right? If your baby want milkshake, you could have been doing it. When you feed them, just make it move. You know what I'm saying? Milkshake. Y'all a wonderful crowd, wonderful crowd. Yeah. I tell you, man, it's critical. But I'm telling you, this ain't the first time. I mean, a lot of the things we have now are similar. They done had it before. They had food shortages. I came up at one time where two Nasheen had a discussion that was so bad. One said, I eat your child, we'll eat yours today, tomorrow we'll eat mine. When tomorrow came, she told me, I'm still full off of yours. She said, I can't eat another bite. Isn't that right? Plus, I got some errands for mine. That's it. Y'all know how bad it get when somebody decide how to eat their own children? I'm trying to, let me tell you something. America done made a fool out of us. Because they'll make you think that everything is okay. It's not okay. For those in the freight industry, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's bad, man. China's still on lockdown. They ain't moving nothing. China supply had the whole world pretty much. Everybody use China stuff. And now China ain't taking it, and China ain't taking nothing in from you. China making money import and export. America is basically an importer. They don't hardly export now. That stuff they import ain't even their stuff. At one time, America was strong in industry, but these white folks are setting up, they want their country to fail. Y'all see now they showing the center. I watched on One American News. I think this guy his name is Roy Cox. Might be a senator. Man, he was letting them have it. He was pissed. He talking about that $40 billion. He was letting them have it in there too. He said $40 billion Ukraine. He said, what about these American people? What about their baby formula missing? He said, y'all sitting here, listen. He said a whole entire Ukraine army was funded on $5.3 million. $5.3 billion. He said, how do we get them $13 billion? How are we giving them $30 billion? He said, it doesn't even make sense. Who is counting for this money? You know they don't know where none of this money at. I told, who been calling? Who been calling? We in a deficit. We in a recession. These white folk, they don't care. They'll steal from you while you hurting. It'd be different. We got so much money. We got so much going. We'll easily make that back. Then Nancy Pelosi, she came out, she told them. Get what she quoted, she did, she addressed them, she told them. She said, the Ukraine people, she said, feed them. She said, Matthew said, when I was hungry, you fed me. Tried to quote, and they couldn't even quote it right. You know, who she was talking about when you did it to them, you did it to the least of them, you done it to me. That was she quoted, halves quoted, and then that's her justification for getting $30 billion. She said they've been feeding everybody else. Ukraine ain't never fed us. Whatever Ukraine did, it was for Ukraine profit. Don't ever, listen, this is the stuff you got to stop believing. Stop believing people did stuff for you. People only do stuff for you that benefits them. The Red Cross help people. You can't be that stupid. The Red Cross gets money. You get a portion of the money. The Red Cross get the rest of the money. The Red Cross don't help people. It benefits them by saying they help people. They get the funding. There is no such thing as free help. Y'all got it? All these white folk did is funnel this money around, look like you paying for it. First of all, this is what that makes sense. How you buying weapons when you can't even move? He trapped in an office. They trapped in a steel plant. How you buying bullets? Who's selling you these bullets that we giving you the $40 million? Who's giving you these tanks? Where are you picking them up from? This makes absolutely no sense. I can't give you planes because that'll start World War III. But I give you tanks and bullets because we're going to see these planes now. You don't see these tanks, do you? And you don't see these bullets. You ain't seen these vests either. Man, white folk been telling lies. I told y'all the whole thing about a scam the first time they did. It made no sense. Listen, Joe Biden said their family up for another 10 generations if they live here. That's all they be worried about. They see, unlike us, we just look at, I'm just trying to make it. I want my kids to go to college. White folk look at, listen, man, I'm setting my kids up. My great-great-great-grandkids won't work like the Kennedys did. They're trying to mimic people like, which the Kennedy mimic people like who? The Gettys, the DuPonts. See what I'm saying? All the Rothschilds. How many of y'all don't work with a Rothschild? You probably don't work with a rock star. You know that you never worked with none of these people. You ain't never worked with a Kennedy. Not with a Kennedy that's connected to them. Do you understand how much money you have to set your whole family up that not only you, but your grandkids and your grandkids get kids and get married to their kids and their spouses? Do you understand how much money white folks are taking? And a nigga just making enough money to pay his bills. And the other, he got to pay next month or next 2 weeks when he get paid. Do y'all understand these white folks have taken all the goods from everybody else? They're not the people going to be starving. None of these white, aristocratic white people, they think they're aristocratic. They're definitely not high in no society. But these white people are saying here, their baby's not going to starve. They're going to starve our kids. Right. Now, listen, man, that formula been poisoned. We done had, how many times I came back and told her that formula had stuff in it? Similar like an infamy. Anytime they give it to you through one of them programs, you already know something wrong with it. Yeah. Tell them let you go get some of that good stuff they got all there. They'll tell you, no, you can't get that one. They got some other stuff in that bottle. It's way higher than that. They're like, no, Similac, Infamil is what they'll give you. Y'all know about WIC gonna give it to you. What's the other stuff? What other program they got? Stamps, SNAP. Oh, they call it SNAP now, food stamp. Yeah, they'll give it to them. But after they let you Omelette, they ain't gonna let you get that Omelette. How you know about that Omelette? They don't know nothing about it. You saw they ran their hand up down. That is stuff we had to give for Austin. He couldn't take that Similac. Man, that boy had me hurting bad, boy. That boy was eating $18 a day. I said, yeah, boy was hurting back then, boy. Boy, I was rough back then. I said, but this nigga got to get in there another plan quick, boy. This ain't working, but you ain't real regular. That's Similac right now. Infamil. Ain't that right? Omelette. Ain't that right? When that man talk, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna forget you either, Omelette. I ain't gonna forget Omelette either. Omelette, when I was, listen, I was weak and feeble then. But I had got real tight on me. Man, I'm trying to tell you, it was tight on me like a pair of medium drawers on Lancaster. I said, but this got to change. As a man, the only way how they gonna understand Lancaster? You tell folks, how y'all, when I said it was tight on me, what was y'all comparing it to? Now y'all got an idea what I'm talking about, ain't it? Do you remember, how many of y'all want to jump on us when y'all realize how tight it was on me? It was tight, man. I tell you, man, these folks put it, listen, they made it bad out here for them. Now we got to become resourceful. We got to start making, listen, a lot of this stuff here, my wife had told y'all before, especially when it comes to these babies, all of him, we can make our own milk. All the stuff, listen, we can make our own milk. We've been discussed these years before. We can make our own milk. You don't need these folks' stuff. And then you'll make a better product. That stuff ain't doing but messing these kids up, these kids in derision. White folk with money ain't giving their kid no Similac and no Infamil. They already know the stuff poison. That's for black and poor and immigrant kids. We don't know no better. We just, this is what I think. We always trusted people. Johnson & Johnson poisoned our kid with that talcum powder. They got our women ovary cancer. They said ovary cancer. These folks still operate. Why these people not in prison? Ask yourself why they not. Then you don't come out with a poison vaccine. Why these people still operate? Because they don't care. All these people, they work on the immunity. Your government hire these people, contract these people to kill you. And then look in and we come in, all right, come in. Oh, come in. Oh, all right, we don't come in, we got to get you. We're going to file DOJ papers and we're going to have y'all here. When did that time you ever see him? You good. They were, oh, they got him. They don't win him. They don't know. You know you never see these people no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the guy did with Enron. So they came and they found out he crashed Enron, he walked right out here out with his briefcase. They were talking, excuse me, sir, you remember that? He did a hand I ain't got nothing to say, went straight to Florida. These white folks get away with all kinds of, that's what they do. That's when WorldCom crashed. Y'all remember WorldCom? Everybody using that phone, so all them companies fell out and went out. MCI, everybody fell. I found out all the companies were faking numbers. They've been doing that. You be looking at them reports, think you got something. Listen, Ernie Madoff, Bernie, same. These jokers done sat here and just took everybody's money, and these white folks walk away scot-free. Then they tell her he dead. You seen the body? That man had a 300-something, the same guy with Enron. These guys just pop up dead somewhere. When you been to the field, you saw the body? I said, I'll stump that bastard in his head and see if he move. I'm gonna find if he really asleep. Let me tell you something, these folks got all kinds of stuff. Shot, they can get you and make you like you just dormant like you dead. Show a couple of pictures, shoot these guys on. These guys living, a lot of these white folk that claim they're dead living in South America country. Don't believe these people. Just like them oligarchs, them people in Russia. You think, I believe these people have the most money in the world, and they just all decide, let me just kill my whole family myself? It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why the DuPonts and the Gettys ain't never do that? You know the people who wind up killing themselves, people, when their kids get deranged, and a lot of their kids become deranged because they've been molested by everybody in the family. Daddy, granddaddy, so the kid have mental issues, they try to take drugs to try to compensate for it. So later on, the drugs, it impaired their mind so bad they kill themselves. None of them white crackers never kill themselves and they have a normal mind. Don't ever believe them people. Them folks don't do that. That's stuff for us. I'm telling you, so much you don't see them people do. Go to church. Because you know why? They know it's a racket. You'll never see them people go to no church. If one of them say they're Jewish, go follow them and see if they ever go to the synagogue on Saturday. Them people tell you the whole thing a scam. They know because they the one help fabricate the scam. Only thing we have ever done is sat down and been a fool of these people. I try to set y'all down, go over this book, let's look at these different versions, and then let's question things. Let's make sure, do we understand it? That's the same thing Philip asked the eunuch. Do you understand what you're reading? He didn't ask him, do you know syllables, consonants, and vowels? Do you understand what you're reading? And that man had to say, just like us, had the book the whole time looking, reading. No, I don't. How can I? Want these people to tell the truth. That's all we've been doing. Folk been reading, and you know good well you don't know what you're doing. That's right. These preachers tell the truth. All they doing is fabricating, telling lies. Because they're not looking at, I look at the very foundational things. How things start, what was his intent. Let me tell you something. What makes the difference on a murder trial is your intent, how you do it. They don't go back there, I killed Chris. That's not the case. How did we get to that point? Were there monies owed? Was there an affair going on between he and I, or him and my wife, me and his wife? Was something stolen? All this going to be important because it's going to play a part of why. If it's hypothetical because I caught Chris with my wife, they're going to say, well, this was a crime of passion. You know, there was a man that walked in, caught this man with his wife, and in the heat of the moment, he killed him. So we can't charge him like me just shooting can't. Why? Man, that's just how I am. No, this nigga here can't be on the street. We got to look at, you too damn to even have you on the street we get, because you're going to look at all these variables. When we're looking at the word, we have to start looking at all of the variables. How did we get to this point? How did we come to this conclusion? So we start looking at facts. We start questioning witnesses. We start looking for evidence. When it came down to Yehuda, Aubrey told her it was evident that he sprang out of it. Because why are they going to say it? Because we've been searching the facts. These people haven't taught the church no fact. I always see somebody, a pickle on a stick. And there we go. That's the story. Start crying, start hollering. What led up to this? What led up to this? What should happen to the people that committed this crime? Hello? Even Cuff asked when he was sitting there with Yahushua, and he saw Yahushua lay a head on the bread. And what should happen to this man? That's right. They started questions, start asking, who all is involved with this? Right. And if there's other guilty parties among us, what should happen to this person? Yeah. Not us, we good with it. Start crying every time we see, what's that movie they made up for, that little pissy movie? Passion and Cry. I never seen it. I saw a little commercial break part that showed that part. It was enough. When I see they had that white one, and it was a white woman hair looking like a man telling she was there, you can't make it. I said, never heard that stuff. I heard a white guy tell me when he said, one of them Bible theology, he said, yeah, said the movie very accurate. Said it was very accurate. Yeah, they had them folk, theology. Oh, they said, it says accurate. They said, even to the crow snatching his eyes out. I said, they had a crow that snatched his eyes out. Exactly, where did you get that from? That's right. That's always they theatric. Yep. Y'all know how much money they made out of people with that stuff? Then think about how many times it's being resold and remade. This is how you gonna kill them. You kill them with it for Christmas and Easter. Yep. Christmas and Easter, you just keep working them. Keep making people, this giving you a better understanding. And it's only dumbing you down. So we try to come and give you understanding. Y'all all right? I want you to have your mind, I want you to be inquisitive. I don't want you to sit back no more, because I don't want to sit back no more and let nobody just tell me nothing. I'm not interested in somebody just telling me something. Can I tell you a story? No. Now, unless you got some facts to go with it. That's all we done heard all our life was story. They started us out with 3 little pigs. Yep. Rumpelstiltskin. What was Starsky and Hutch? What other book? Is that a religion? I like Ethiopian. Is that a religion? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, how many, we've all 3 little pigs. All we had our whole lives. Cat in the hat. What the hell the cat doing in the hat? Put the damn hat on your head. But there we go. How much sense we got that we bought up all these books about a cat in the hat? Was the cat ever in the hat? Or did the cat have a hat on? Why was it the cat in the hat? Was it a cat in the hat or cat in a hat? Cat and a hat. Cat and the hat. What the hell the hat do? The hat never did nothing the whole story, did it? That's how they get us. What the hat did? He had a lot of stuff in the hat. I didn't read that. Oh, he was a magician? I don't remember that. Do anybody remember? You got a lot on the line right now. What the cat do? What the hat do?
He pretty much ended up getting kids in trouble. He just was cheating.
Getting shit with the hat.
Yes, sir.
He magic.
It was a lot of stuff.
It was magic. You looking it up now? Somebody found what the hell this hat do? Who read the story? That tight. Ain't nobody read it. Yeah. What the hat do? You don't remember, but you remember reading it. I remember. Anybody remember what the hat did? Hold on, the cat showed the kid a few tricks. Imagine. That's about it. So y'all know what? See, it messed us up. We don't even know what the hell the hat did. Ain't that bad? That's all right. Well, that's how they get them. They sell it, they make it. And you know what? You would have never read it unless white people gave it to you. Yep, that's right. It's a silly book. It's a dumb book. It's a dumb about these damn pigs and how pigs eat out of troughs. Pigs live in pens. It's just bad that you're going around believing pigs build houses. It's just a bad premise. Because let me tell you, why they look at it, they'll say, well, their end is this. You're helping the child with their imagination. You're teaching them and funding them lies. You're teaching them things that couldn't possibly ever happen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they can't distinguish because all the stories they tell the kid are all lies and call fairy tale. It's a damn lie. Just call it because you call it fairy tale, it makes it sound nicer. It's a fairy tale. And the kid doesn't know what a fairy tale really is. They make it think it's some magical world that exists and the kid wants to be in it or become it. So now when they introduce you into Jesus, another fairy tale, you see what I'm saying? Then they introduce you to equal rights and protection under the law. This all falls under the fairy tales. You can be whatever you want to be. Here go your fairy tale. They didn't let me teach one of these schools. I show these jokes. The Constitution for Niggers and the Three Little Pigs. Which one of these is true? Neither one of them. Huh? Hello? NAACP, Advancement for Niggers. Another fairy tale. It's designed to keep niggas back and quiet. Don't y'all know none of these organizations never been for our advancement. None of these organizations. The Black Panther, the Pink Panther, and the Black Panther, the same people. These folks, they never. And I'm going to say this now. I do believe that there were people that were honest, that was in the group. But like everything, you find out there's a lot of hidden lies to it. Because when you start getting money from the NFL in the 1970s, I already know you full of shit. The NFL is racist today. They damn sure were more racist in the 70s. And if they were giving money to a group that the FBI labeled as terrorists, I already know that's some shit. And they ain't never been investigated. Tell me how much sense that make. That made absolutely none. Except this organization is starting to do some things they need them to do. Look at how many people got on drugs. From Tupac mother to Huey P. Newton to other ones. Shit, these guys were making a good salary. Huey P. Newton took about $200-something. Y'all don't know about that either? Oh, yeah. He took about $200-something. Hell, he helped start an organization. He felt like he got to eat, too. So that started off with a good premise. I appreciate the premise of feeding our people, teaching our kids, trying to get them some discipline and trying to get them. But see, white people always infiltrate you with other black people that look like that. This is how they get up. It wouldn't make sense that a white man gonna come out here and say, let me help the other. It makes sense to use other blacks and make them look like they proponents for and they support. And the whole time they come in, they start funneling their own little shit in there. So now the FBI, the police, and everybody in the CIA all set back, and your government interests set back and look like, well, your organization crashed under you. None of the organizations crashed, they crashed because they put their hands on them. I've been told y'all, whenever white folk fund you, you finna crash. They gonna control you, they gonna control the crack, they control the narrative. They don't get you just like them rappers. What really induced us to rap was the fact rap was like our news story. Rap brought the light on our everyday life, and we looked at it and we understood it. People said, how you listen to that stuff? A jitter, 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 jitter. It was because they were saying things we knew. Just like how Tupac told him Brenda had a baby. White didn't want to hear it, but he was explaining to them why. She was molested. This is the story. This is what happened in low-income areas, and nobody wants to talk about it. So you attracted a lot of people, public enemy. Speaking, and he came out and said he was public enemy. That term actually came from like J. Edgar Hoover. That's what he was calling John Dillinger, all them people. He said it was public enemy number one. So he came out a good time. He knew he was trying to tell us, but we never got it. He was trying to tell us, they're going to label me a public enemy. Trying to tell the society, help us catch this person. Help us stop this person. When that person is actually not a threat to you, it's a threat to them. John Dillinger ain't never robbed nobody off no street. John Dillinger was robbing banks. He was a white man with a group. I have someone I know, his uncle, it was a black guy that was actually with him. You don't really show it. His uncle was one of those people. He was actually the black guy was with them. John Dillinger was robbing banks. He wasn't robbing them people. He let them people know. He wasn't taking no money from them people. He was taking money from the system. See, white people know who to attack. Just like they did January 6th, they went up there where? Why they didn't go to the voting polls? They knew where to go. He knew, the white people knew they wanted money from even the cowboy day. They weren't robbing nobody, so they went to the bank. They would hold a stagecoach up when they come. Watch when white people rob. Niggas do stupid shit. Go to a damn convenience store, ain't got but $20 in there. White folk hit the armored car. White folk going to where the vault is. You're in bad shape. But see, that's how they train. They make sure you're never effective with what you do. You don't have enough information to be effective. I want to try to help you get information where you be effective. Not where you can rob banks and kill people, but you can kill stupidity. Y'all got it, and you need to rob them from information and get information that's pertinent to your salvation. Your salvation, I told you, it worth more than me just having an inner feeling. You can get that from a song, you can get that from drugs, you can get that from alcohol. I need something to sustain me in every aspect. In my home living, when I'm going out, when I'm coming in, I need something to translate over into every idea. So I really got a whole understanding of salvation being delivered. Not, woo, I needed this check. When that check went out, what do you need now? So you don't have it. That's how they get us. We be happy. $20 extra, $100 extra. We excited, but your life doesn't involve or just evolve around $20. There are other things you need in your life. Y'all got, and just knowing that he said that it was the Father's good pleasure to give you the Malkut. They never told us that. They never told us that. They want us to die. To get everything we do for the nigga, he got to die. White folks ain't got to die. Just remember, did your parents or grandparents ever raise you and say, Justin, when you die, you're going to have everything you want. Just wait till you die. Don't worry about what you don't have now. When you get on the other side, you'll have everything. Did any of your parents ever teach you that? Had that conversation? Your grandmama, your granddad, and them? No, nobody had that conversation. Why that man ain't get that? Weren't we told this? Don't worry what you got now, baby, after a while. Did they ever tell you, baby, after a while, Jesus coming back. He going to pay for it all. One day with Jesus going to pay for it all. Why this white man here ain't never heard this story? Y'all done heard this or similar to this? Hey, let me see your hand. Ask yourself why this man hadn't heard this. Why somebody didn't take this man and tell him about the goodness of Jesus? Don't worry about what he ain't got now. Because when he get to heaven, Jesus is going to, they're going to, hey, what they tell you? Hey? Why you want to look at Justin? That man ain't bothering nobody. Whoa, he got a nasty attack. Somebody said he part of my space. Oh, that thing hurt me so bad. I can't do it with Hayward. I just said, you know what, that's Hayward. What I'm going to do with it? Hayward said, you ain't using it, it need to be occupied. but you know, and I try to get y'all to see this so you can just look at how do you think this damaged us over time for success. A lot of our people want to shoot for success. Just try to make do. Y'all heard that folks try to make do. Black people, that's a did y'all family ever, I don't ask you to, because I just want them to see for themselves. Do you remember your parents, your mother, father, grandparents, ever said, baby, just learn how to make do with what you got. The Lord just, I sat down and tell some shit like that to a group of white folk, they're going to run me off. Yeah, that's right. Because there is a psychosis that go with that. Why try to go to work and try to excel to management? Just make do with what you got. Jesus soon to come back. And you don't want to be tied up with all that world stuff. These folk been studied, prospering, generate over generate going. They haven't been in the direction we've been in. And you've been in the same spot. You're a generation of people that come from a generation with that same, and you hadn't advanced it anyway. You can say, well, they ain't got no God. You didn't have one either. White people ain't got no soul. You don't have one either, because you don't have no conviction. Nothing's actually challenged you to start to look, to question some of the things you've been believing. Anytime we did, what we taught? You was against God, you was an unbeliever, you was the devil himself, not a made fiction up word. And we didn't believe because it never, to some of our people, it never made sense. The rest of us, we were just followers, including me. We was a follower. Why would you question? If there's many people doing it, don't you look stupid trying to say it's wrong? So just follow like everybody else. That's why it's important when we come in here and we sit down, we read, we make sure we understand it, we make sure we comprehend it, because it's important, it's urgent that we know it. I don't want to just live my life and go through here and pretend something. I want to know that it is, and I want to stay consistent with what I'm doing. But inconsistencies will throw you, just like this story. That's why a lot of people don't buy it, so it don't make sense. Don't make sense. All these good white people in the Bible, we can't find none of them today.
Right.
Everybody in the Bible white.
Right.
All the good ones dead. The folks used to say, that's how the good white folks dead. Because they made it from the story that all of them were good and you were bad. Yep. And really, when white missionary we grew up, well, who? White people. Yep. Right. Now you might say, folk that were going missionary, going to church, they weren't black, they were white people. Missionary, that's their way they go undercover. They missionaries ain't number other military people.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, go see when they go. They do it in conflict countries. Right. They go to pork. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. Let me borrow you for a country. Let me borrow your country. Can I borrow you for a minute, country? These are two poor immigrant countries. Just ignorant, don't know about the love and the goodness of Jesus. And these guys war and all these conflicts, and I'm gonna take my good lily white ass over him and all my good lily white friends, and we're gonna try to save these people and teach them about the goodness of Jesus. Now I'm just curious if I come to y'all country. All these white folks in Beverly Hills already saved? They know about the goodness of Jesus? All these white folks in Malibu. All these white folks in all these other places, in Montana in the hills, in Colorado, these trailer parks. None of these missionaries need to go to them and see them about Jesus? Y'all good, because they military. They military. I'm telling you, let me tell you who else know this shit. South Korea, North Korea. Notice when they catch them, y'all don't pay, they always locking their ass up. And folks, why they ain't locking them? They tell, I know these folks not missionaries. These folks are set here and they spying out the land and they trying to bring confusion in our people. Why? China won't let you go there and try that shit in China. Let me tell you something. This is how powerful your Jesus shit is, okay? Just show how this works. Now, where all the religion for we know they teach us start at? Where they start at? Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Saying that for Justin them pastor. Hear me? He not, but do they know about the men? So now, this is the thing, what's amazing. Do you know that you cannot go to Jerusalem and teach Jesus? So it's illegal for you to proselyte on their streets. They'll try to teach that Jesus stuff. Now, mind you, they leaders will come out and say Jesus on TV and mess with you because the whole damn thing is a joke. You cannot proselyte and preach no Jesus on their streets. You can't even talk to kids under 18 about it. This is considered to be criminal. Do you know that? Why would you want to train up a child in the ways you go? Because they don't want that program. They know this is a program doctrine we use on slaves. They'll let you come on here for Christmas and make an ass at yourself. But we don't actually believe this. You can't teach it on our streets. This is all these churches. Look, New Jerusalem Baptist Church. Take your new ass on over there. Jump out there and start talking to people about the goodness of Jesus. They finna get your ass off the street. What does this tell you when you read your book and it tells you about Jerusalem and they tell you that Jesus established the church? and that they were Christians. Yet when you go to the place you claim he came from, they won't accept your religion. These folks ain't got no damn brain in their head, man. Come on, folks. How does it make sense? How does it make? I'm going to go argue with people over in a place that I'm saying where it come from, and they don't even know nothing about it. They won't even accept it. It's illegal for me to teach it to them over there. There we go. Then you got to ask yourself, Tony Smith the only one saying that. Why nobody else ain't saying that? Because they agents. Yeah. You know the best way to learn how agents work? Go look at Matrix. They'll train their ass and look like one of them stop. You know what's happening? When you done seen that shit before. Yeah. Yeah. So they come up to Jesus. I said, stop, hold on. Was it a different Jesus? Was it the same Jesus? Same Jesus. Quick, let's get here. Agents, let's go. People teach the same Jesus. It's the same identical Jesus. It's the same lie they've been perpetrating all this time. It works because people aren't thinking. This is how you get you. Read books, stimulate your mind. Who wrote the books that stimulate your mind? Right. Who told you that stimulates your mind? Right. See, everything you bought into, they told you. If you don't want to lose your mind, you need to read an average amount, so much a day and so many times. Oh, who books do you read? Your own books? It's going to be their books. They're going to recommend reading. You go to college, they're going to give you an assignment, and they're going to recommend where you get your information from. So when me and you start to argue, all your information comes from them. So of course it's going to look like your information right, but you got it from them. Hello? They're not going to let me publish no book. They're going to come out and condemn their book and say, let's put both of them in here and let you make a choice. Check both of our facts. When are they going to let you do that? Y'all went to college, they teach you to read. They told you to get both of them and check them to make sure who's factual. They don't teach you that. They just teach you to go research. So they only tell you enough. They don't tell you enough to really get you nowhere. It'll look like they taught you something, they actually didn't. I made you go look up the information, and I give you the paper saying I taught you. When you look the shit up yourself. That's right. I ain't give you no answers. You the one stayed up all night writing them damn papers. That's right. Hope you think I'm going to read that shit. I got 30-something students. Hell, I got time to read. No, everybody got 10 pages. You think I got time to read 30 people paper? And all of them wrote 10 apiece? I shoot through points and points. Most of them pick you quick. They pick certain part, catch body, catch start, and catch the end. Got time to read all that shit. These first lot of time on speed reading. I'm not impressed with that shit. These folks shoot you, they give y'all all kind of stuff. That's how they mess your head up out here. You got to start to question things. Look at what you got. Let me say, college spark students and set them out. When they got here in the real world, they learn. You know, they be like, I don't go ahead and get my damn money back. Yep. Be pissed. You still paying for shit you can't use and ain't never advanced you nowhere. But they made you think. That's the whole purpose. Make you think that you win somewhere. Make you think you're going. Y'all come out, them folks get through 2022 coming out. The day, guess what? The world is your oyster. Your dumb ass clam up and shut up somewhere and sit down. Isn't that right? All they do is make it for something fall out. A clam, is that clean? Is that a religion? So please don't think I'm against education. I'm just against dangerous indoctrination. They'll tell you that what I'm telling you is dangerous. All I'm telling you is be a free thinker. So like when I show it to him, I want you to think for yourself. I want you to just say, well, Rod said it, that got it. How many times people done told you something that got it? Your parents told you stuff that got it. And sometimes they gave us information we got older, we learned. They only told us what they knew. I'm not blaming people for not knowing. The people I'm pissed with is the people that know. The people that knew. And they allowed us to keep going wrong. Shouldn't they be blamed? Come on, man. These folks done been, you got all these folks from Jake and Creflo and Copeland, all these folks, and they run your ass to Jerusalem. I call it Jerusalem while they're there. It can't be the name until they get out. And they'll run you these places, and all these folks work together. You think that these people let them drop all these Christians on their property unless a deal be made? I'm finna fly 300 Christians to your country where you don't have a religion. Every place I go is already designated, set up. And I'm going to teach you to praise and pray for these people. How you think they go on a plane and tell them I'm finna take y'all ass and we finna drop out and show them. Folks, that plane getting diverted. It ain't coming off the ground. You think they taking those people over there and they teach them people that they going to save those people there? No, these are the saved people. We're going to pray for these people. Take your money, they getting paid, and Israel getting paid. Yep. And you getting flunked the damn devil. Yep. Everywhere you go, you been flunked. Nobody put us nowhere and told us no truth. Walk us through and tell us the truth. Don't do it. That's crazy. And they're going to tell us to put our hand on the Bible and swear not to lie. Right. Before I do it, put your hand on. Hey, you been lying. That's right. Question be about telling no damn truth and you ain't never told one since I met you. That's right. Put me up under this hypnosis of I tell a lie, I'm going to go to hell. You been lying the whole damn time, ain't went nowhere. That's right. Everything is to scare you, make you a slave, imprison you, indoctrinate you, vaccinate you, execute you, and destroy and extort your babies. I'm trying to come along and teach our people protection. You need something more than a condom. That shit 99.9, that's what they say. How many people turned in to tell me it failed? How many people really use one? A lot of them told lies. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to teach our people to think for ourselves. We got to start doing something different. Ain't y'all tired of your situation? Ain't you tired? No matter how much you accumulate, no matter how much you gain, all you got to do is cross one right white person, wrong white person, and your ass is broke, dead, or in prison. Now, what kind of life is that? But see, when you're poor, that's what folks say, that's why I'm trying to be rich. Just stay poor. You don't have to worry about it. That's the wrong psychosis. That's the wrong psychosis in the first place. When you're poor, you got to keep lying. You have to lie. You have to steal. You have to cheat. Then you're going to be like them. Then you're going to justify their behavior. Yep. See, you can get yourself to a medium standard where you can survive, where you can be able to keep your integrity. Then you know what? It hurts them. The book says a little that a Sadiq man have, and more than all the treasury. So guess what they do? Take his little and make it almost depleted to nothing. Now you're a liar, you're a cheat, and you're a scammer like me. So you talk about me going to hell, don't forget, I'll see you there. That's how they program and get you. What's that? When you do this, you got 3 more pointing at you. The hell you say? That's right. That's right. Man, punk y'all with that shit talking about this right. Yeah, man, they pointed back the hell you talking about. That things they balled up. They had programs so bad. Now you came up, you know, damn, you be pointing fingers. It'd be 3 more pointed back at you. Now I can't point my damn hand. I mean, they just chump us so bad. They just chump us every time. And we fall for it. Man, that's deep. Right. All I want for my people is a fair chance. I ain't even asking for the death of white people. Everything rich they got to give to them. Why would I? Won't you just let us have a fair chance? A fair opportunity for advancement. A fair opportunity for home ownership. A fair opportunity for education. For whatever it might, for business, whatever it is. A fair opportunity and chance. But he can't do that because a fair chance, a fair opportunity will leave him with nothing. How y'all think he been there whole long? Just think about that. How many times has generation translated over since we were captured? What, 2 generations, 1 generation? What you figure? 5, 6 generations, 7. How many? They captured us. It's been over 400 years. Surely it's been more than 7. How are you able to keep a lock on somebody for this long? How are you able for 400 years? We've managed to still be nowhere with things, and you look at, you're still nowhere. How many of us get snatched out and beat up, and we'll be police officers? We didn't know. And they trying to tell them, we'll be FBI agents again. This guy who just graduated, they showed last year, lieutenant, just graduated, pulled over, police, remember they had him in the car? He said, what, you a boy, a private? He said, no, something, lieutenant. That shit didn't move him. Don't you, they supposed to respect, that's an officer. They show you, they don't give a damn. Had that been a white officer and some black officer, oh shit. Now they shut Virginia down. Whole police force would have been stripped. No more niggas been police officers. What did that tell you? What was this in 1960 what? This shit was last year. Can you imagine getting maced in the face? He tells himself I'm not doing it. never fought them, never cussed them out, didn't threaten to kill them. You don't give a shit about us. You ain't nothing. I got to tell you that so you'll realize, if I ain't nothing, then I got to become something. If you think you something, you ain't nothing, that's a mirage. That's an illusion. Don't y'all know, in order for us to be something, we're going to have to do this? It's been over 400 years, and you haven't been. We get black police chief. They can't do shit. One right white officer get pissed. That ass is getting fired. We got black sheriffs. One right white deputy gets pissed. That ass is going to get pulled from the governor and your ass out of him. You will never be nothing. Just stop it. You have nothing that they can't take away from you because all of the positions that you get come from them. You can be a black governor. You can be a black lieutenant governor. You can be a DA. You can be a state prosecutor, federal prosecutor. Whenever they get ready, they got some in their book to pull you. They'll never give you nothing they can't pull you. If they create something, they create how to stop it. They gave you Superman, stronger man. Listen to it. Hold on. Faster down a, what was it? Stronger down a locomotive. Able to leap tall building. How long? One bound. Listen, jump over the top in a single bound. It's Superman. They brought kryptonite with his ass. You can't ever afford to let somebody like that get loose. You got to be able to shut them down. It can turn on you. And you know what they look at? I can't have no black chief, no black sheriff, no black governor, no black FBI director, and nothing else, and ain't got no kryptonite for his ass. He might pull that Superman shit on me. We need position without entanglement. I ain't saying that we don't give accountability for what we're doing, but we don't need to be stopped when we're saying we're doing our job and we're trying to enforce right against the wrong situation. Y'all understand that? White people are able to enforce wrong in a right situation and not be stopped to handle. We still got Breonna Taylor, shot dead in a bed, butt naked sleep. Can you imagine? Butt naked, and your awakening was to getting hit and death. And the person that shoots you is acquitted and saying, I don't feel bad for doing my job. This woman we were told who was an international drug dealer. She was a kingpin. Y'all don't remember the story? Kingpin drug dealer. This is the shit you put out here. Because you control these newspapers. You mutter her name up to cover your wrong. This is the power of your oppressor. Yep. How much bad information have you gotten about people from your oppressor and his news? They agents too. They agents. Don't believe these people. Man, I watch it. It's all funny. They tell you what you need to know on a need to know basis. None of them will ever tell you everything you need to know. If they did, they wouldn't be on them. I know we all holler what new better than. Are you serious? You think I'm gonna let you have a news story that even Pooh, when it was started, you know what he did with the news? Shut it down. Yep. Why would I have somebody reporting shit about me? Yep. When I'm doing something I want to do, and I'm gonna tell, and he's telling his people it was right. He's told his people in Russia that they're fighting the Nazis. One lady that's a Russian, her sister lives in Ukraine. She called her sister, you know what she told her? You guys are Nazis. You're trying to invade and take over the world. Where's she getting her information from? From Putin and the news that he allows to speak to his people. He cut off a lot of social media outlets. He cut off, so the only narrative they're hearing is him and his news stories. Y'all got it? So what are the people of Russia thinking? It's the Nazis trying to invade them. They're trying to take over the world, and the rest of the world already been taken over, and they with them. We got to fight them so we can secure and protect ourselves. Same lie they told you September 11th. Yeah. Somehow the Saudi plane flyers became Iraqis. and Afghanistan.
Right.
What you going to do when they control the news and the narrative? See, we should, if anybody should know about fake news, this shit Donald Trump, it knew nothing. Like, fake news. Hell, everything ever told about us been fake.
That's right.
Wayne Williams killed 27 people. A damn midget. Fake news.
Right.
Come on, folks. Hold on, don't forget the green monkeys we played with. That scratched us and gave us AIDS.
Right.
And we came and we started giving to them. When we learned about AIDS, they were white.
Yep.
Rod Hudson was white. That Gomer Pyle still living. I don't know how the hell he kept him. Like he told, they came up there, they talking about was dead. Rod Hudson with his lover was dead. And they said, we thought you dead. He said, surprise, surprise, surprise. He was still living. That's bad, that boy. And see what happened with Rod Hudson, really what messed him up was they had taught him the book wrong too. They told you supposed to love thy neighbor. Remember his name was Jim Neighbors?
Yeah.
Come on, folks. I take this on the road, people. Y'all. Jim Neighbors, love thy neighbor. Man, I can't listen. When I take this on the road, they're going to be hollering, I know him, they used to be my raw. I said, I don't know them. But see, I'm just trying to get y'all to think before we proceed further. All I want y'all to do, let's attack here. I want you to believe it, because what happens a lot of times, our belief will go with who we like to and what we like. It's like teams. If I got a favorite team, my favorite team lose. I'm gonna pick some apart from the other team to say why my team lost. First of all, the referee was missing calls on my team. Right. Yeah. Well, possibly two at a time, but they missed some of it. But I'm gonna favor my team. So I'm gonna look at every aspect of why they lost. Then don't forget, my boy didn't play. That the case, they should have never played. Should have canceled the game. If all of that, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. So you start to look and start to pick things apart on why to kind of justify why. Plus, they cheated too. They cheated. They robbed us too. They robbed us. So you keep the, and you know where we get that from? Our oppressor. Can we take that air back on? I don't know what happened to it, Ben. But this is the things we have to look at and we have to consider. We got to look at right is just right. It doesn't matter who you like. I don't want you to take it because you say, well, I like Ra, I trust Ra. Those are not what you're going to use for your basis for what you believe. I want you to harp the truth. Okay? What's right just what's right. Whether it hit me, whether it hit you, whether it correct your mama, your daddy, or whether it correct mine or your, at the end of the day, you got to be a lover of truth. If you can't be a lover of truth, then we're going to have a problem. Because there's going to be some things that's going to be critical and you're going to be pushed to and you're going to be demanded to have to say, I have to accept because it's right, regardless of who I like. Y'all got it? You got to be, because this system doesn't teach you that. It teaches you to favor what they like and what they're trying to protect. I want to protect our liberties and our rights too. At the same time, right has to be the factor for establishing our rights. Y'all got our liberty. That's what we're going to, the only way we're looking at being liberated, the law, it actually allows for it. We've been in captivity too long. At a certain period of time, we should have been loosed and we should have been free and should have been debt-free from it. Right. That's book. See, we're going to use the paper. I was talking to them last night about something that a lot of these guys don't, y'all don't know how important having the right paperwork is, and these people take from us, okay? Nakum Yah, when he went to build a wall back. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And y'all remember how his countenance was bad, was dropped, and how he was so hurt. You know that wasn't the reason that he was able to go and build that. He was able to do it because he had paperwork. That's right. He sought them a lot for paperwork. That's right. That would carry him over. Because when you move over and you start passing over a district, you need paperwork. Because there were other governors whose land he was going through, you're going to have to deal with. That paperwork allowed him to be able to transfer over. See, you trying to get salvation. Your real salvation ain't what you get in here. This is a small premise. Your deliverance, you trying to get away from the grave. You ain't going to believe it. You're going to need paperwork. Because there's governors that's going to hold you. That's right. One called Moot. Yeah. Yeah. See, at that important that you understand how paperwork works. He didn't say, well, I'm hurt. You say it's okay? Spirit high? Here I go. No. If you would, I'm going to need letters that I can give to the governors. So when I'm passing through each one of these estates, they'll grant me my petition. See, we try to do stuff just like our freedom we try to get or trying to get advancement among these people. Our paperwork wrong. You got to have your paperwork right. Hello? See, let me try to get you. Now, these scam ass niggas get you. Because they take this shit, now you got you sitting here in court with your damn ankle twisted all around, your foot turned back this way. Your ass facing this way, but your foot's backward. And they scam you every time because they'll pick up a couple of things and have you think you running behind something, got you something, and your ass get jammed up. Y'all got it? See, I was in to make sure we get this intelligence. Teach our young people. So our young people got an opportunity. They don't have to get jammed up with these people in their system the way we have. Learn how to avoid certain things and learn how to establish your own. That's right. Hello? I know they're young now, they don't understand it. Some of these young people, though, they taking hold of what I'm telling them. They're not going to be the idiots we were. Or, I'm sorry, the idiots we are. Because we still haven't tried to make no real progress to try to advance ourselves. We keep waiting on the next election. Stacey Abrams. First thing she need to fix is that big-ass gap between her two. She keep talking about there's a gap between the rich and the poor. If it's the same equivalent between your teeth, we ain't got shit. You talking about two teeth in the same mouth that ain't never seen each other. Listen, if you put braces and pull them together, one tooth gonna tell the other teeth, man, I ain't never seen you. Where the hell you been? That's what I'm telling them. Aubrey, I've been on the other side. Man, they're terrible. These folks, listen, these folks not trying to help her. Stacey Abrams is out for herself. They'll look like it because they all say little things counter to black people or things that kind of incite black people like want to do black. The shit they trying to get up, that's not really our plight. A lot of stuff they talk about, that's really not our plight. We need to stop the redistricting. Whole time they trying to district. Because these people trying to set up. Listen, don't listen to these folks. These talking about the Republicans, they ass doing the same thing. They all scammers. Okay? They all scammers. Y'all like they talking about, let me tell you what they did. Now, let me show how fair they are. Democrats are. Just straight fair. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene was dragged into court. She had to appear for the Senate court by her comments. Y'all remember that? About her comment about that Trump. You remember she told Trump supporters, them folk that January 6th, she told them they ought to do something? Do you remember what she told them they need to do? They were saying she kind of incited it with her words and stuff. What did she tell them? She said something. I can't remember her exact word. Probably look it up and you might tell me what you found what she said. What they drug in the court. What did she say? She posted something about ANC and guns or something? Something she said. It was toward the movement of the January 6th. And she was brought in, rightfully so, if you're inciting and you're trying to get people to do something that cause violence and hurt to people that set in the position, because you're trying to sway the position, not with political influences like voting or support. You're trying to bring in guns, and that's got to be against the system. So let's see how they work with ugly ass mayor in Chicago who just told the LGBT, what's her name? Ugly ass, Mary Lightfoot. Her foot might be light, but her face is heavy as hell with ugly. She damn sure got to have some light feet, because her face is heavy as hell with ugly, man. Listen, man. I tell you the truth. That's an ugly woman. Or man. Whatever she want to go. I want to be respectful. Boss said, isn't that right? She damn sure like skeletal. I hope He-Man drag her ass out quick. Woo, boy. Listen, the ugly thing just told them was Supreme Court ruling. She told the LGBT. She told them that they coming after them next. Yep. And she told them that they need to get guns. Yep. Wow. For the Supreme Court. Nobody ain't said shit. She ain't brought up on no charges or nothing. But let me say that now. That's how they folk work. Just show you how they work. When a so-called Negro has an issue and saying we need to protest, we need to come out and counteract against it, hell, you finna get put off the street. You get taken up. You finna get arrested. You finna be investigated. See, when it's LGBT and when it's white, these folks do the hell they want to do. We the only, what they call a heterosexual, say some shit like that. We done. Everybody coming at the heterosexual. They come to the white heterosexual, the black heterosexual, the Hispanic heterosexual, the Asian heterosexual, everybody, the African heterosexual, and we can't say shit. And you know how they're going to be justified? Well, you got to understand, they're a minority, and they're always, you know, people always trying to attack them. The hell you say? I'm a damn minority.
That's right.
People always attacking me. They ain't going to let me sit back getting no damn guns and going at them. The Supreme Court? Only they can do it. Oh, they ain't going to be able to do nothing with it. It's too strong of a group. The smaller group they call it, these folks too strong. Man, you a homosexual, you do what you want to do. White and homosexual, heterosexual, that's why I said all of them need to get together. Black, because it don't make sense. How did we lose it like this? Let's set one law for everybody. One law for every man, one law for every woman. That guy, don't give a damn about who you are, what your color. One law for everybody. That'll end all that. That's the only way you don't get equality. But as long as you got it, well, LGBT, well, you can't hit LGBT, knock hell out of you. Why that ain't a hate crime?
That's right.
You hate me for my pickle?
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's bad. Homosexual beat the shit out you. Ain't no federal hate crime for that. Right. Say something against it. Y'all know they got some kids now being charged. Yeah. What state? I forgot what state it is. What it was? Inappropriate pronouns. Oh, mislabel. Listen, they ass in trouble. We talking about criminal trouble. Homosexual girl was messing with the boy and kept messing with the boy. Said, listen, he ain't got to call you by that. Oh, they ass in major trouble. We talking about, they had to get an attorney. Didn't call a faggot, didn't call a bulldog, cannon looker, none of the shit. I said, yes, sir.
My mom worked at a school, and what they do now is, if the kid come and say, call me by a girl's name, so another kid come and call him by his real name, they suspend the kid.
Sure will. Y'all heard what he said? His mom works out of school. If a kid said call them by their girl name and you call them by their male name, you're going to be suspended. These kids here, listen, these are white kids. These ain't black kids I'm telling you about. They ass in, listen, this is court shit. It's bad. The lawyer done already came, he said, first of all, he said, it's ridiculous. He said, there's nothing in the school, there's nothing in their books for this, and there's nothing in the Constitution to defend this. He said, listen, their parents had to pay for attorneys. That's how criminal this is. Didn't call them fag. Which they did not give a damn. People call you shit. What you gonna do when people get called ugly? See, that be fair. Let's get everybody. Let's get everybody then. What kind of shit? And then the fact is, we so busy fighting each other, black and white. And it ain't even, this is a bad part. The black and white folk that fight each other, you ain't even the real issue. We'll fight somebody from a trailer park, ain't got no damn power, ain't got no lights and no damn water. I'm finna kill this damn Klan. Right. Damn Klan been holding me down. Right. Not this one. Right. This one ain't shit. Right. The one that holding you down got suits and ties. Yep. They rent corporations. Yep. They work in federal offices. They're elected officials. Come on, folks, use your head. Most of what we've been fighting with people hate, and they hating us. How the hell, what power we got to hold a white man? Justin, who in here tell you, who in here can hold you down and keep you from doing something? Hayward. Besides Hayward. So just say he gonna see me, oh, you holding me down. You the one keeping me from having what I'm supposed to have. Are you serious? I ain't got shit. Right. You see what I'm saying? The fight we'll make it is the individual we'll see on the street every day fighting each other. Yep. These are not the people. Like them people come out for a Klan rally. You think one of them white folk that run these corporations finna stand their ass in that line? Right. They're not finna be associated with no shit like that. Right. That's how I do my shit on a corporate level. I'm not finna come on the street, man. You think I for my faith to be seen, I do business international? Them poor ass people that come through them rallies, their ass don't work nowhere. They 3 generations living in a trailer park. Why you ain't never see them? Why you know that you'll see them? Why you don't see those newspapers showing them at work, right, at play? They ass don't go nowhere. They lost in time. You think one of these major corporations put a damn Disney flag on top of their building? The hell you say? They look at me, I do too much business. Up north, they're like, I can't afford no shit like that. You leave the low level crumb snatchers to do this dirty shit. That made much sense if Pharaoh come about there trying to sell your ass a bag of apples. Man, he get hot so damn quick, that man passed out with that little pie. That man, you leave them low level niggas out there with them pies and paper. It's the same damn message, you just change the cover. Most ain't got nothing. Ain't no way the hell you got that much to write about. Just stop it. Hell, tired ass paper. You get that paper, the first one they wrote, it's the same damn paper. Maybe I'd rather pay that guy you be down town. Good. He charged you, look, you be like, you mean, hey, go, get away. Listen, the paper was a quarter back then. His man, folk gave him a dot, just because you come, man, he stunk. Listen, they tracked that man out. That man had a big ass house. He had, listen, the new track, listen, I'm talking about his hell was, he stunk, one shade, listen, he was paid. People paid him to get him back. He would get the paper out the garbage can. Just tape up, and folk be like, they be like, and just go, you just want to be gone, just gone. He like, shit, that shit work. I'm finna get mine tomorrow. I'll be searching through that for some newspaper. Give me money. Hello? I said all what I've said to you guys. I just want us to become conscious. I want you to do what I had to do. Stop blaming. Stop hating yourself. There was some outside agitators that motivated what's going on with you. You couldn't have failed by yourself. You just think you did. There were some people that were influencers. Some of you lack character. Some of you lack initiative. Some of you lack drive, with some of the the same. Some of you, a lot of things you lack or you didn't get, or your education wasn't to the level that it should be. There was some outside agitators that were involved. Even with the criminal actions or whatever happened to you, there's a system involved. Let me tell you something you can do. Police can do it. Prosecutors can do it. Judges can do it. You can look at a person and you can decide from the crime, from the family, whether this is a situation that can be changed. And this is a person that's not like all of the other people that came to you with the same crime. So therefore, I'll make the decision to say, I'm going to let you off with a warning. I'm going to let you go with probation. I'm going to put you into a program. But there's a system designed when you come with your black faith and you don't know nobody and you ain't connect nobody, your ass going down the road. And I'm doing my job. This is what we don't know. So now you tend to blame yourself. Guess why? You are a product of a bad community. You're a product of this. You didn't have a family. You think all these white, this is what kill you. The shit we say, let me get it straight. We the only race, single parent home. Just tell how you grew up with your mom, your dad, and your home. Both your parents. Wow. How many times you went to prison? 5, you said 7?
Been locked up in the slammer one time.
They've been locked up in the slammer. Dave, hold on. Dave, do you respect this? We don't respect this stuff. But you see what I'm saying? So we'll use things a lot of time for, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, and that's why I couldn't. And then, of course, you had to drop out of school.
No, sir.
Hold on, I'm so confused. Let me get it straight now. How did this man grow up and not have his biological father, mother in his home, and he didn't drop out of school? But one thing about it, he definitely couldn't go to college. Did you?
I attended the universities.
But you didn't graduate.
I did graduate.
And then you got on crack.
No, sir.
You don't think we would call that that. But you said, I hope I don't want to be like I'm putting you on the spot. I'm trying to get, you see, there is a system that programs us to look at. If you come in a single parent home, there's no way you can make it. You shouldn't be able to make it. Statistics, Justin, did they give you statistics though? Justin, statistically, you shouldn't be making it. Statistically, you supposed to be on drugs. You know who they get that shit to? That's why you ought to be damn pissed All your ass heard about was statistics. Now, why this man in here about statistics? Surely they used to get you and do extra and try to help suggest it, because we got to make sure you don't, because the system is going to be against you, because there's no way you're supposed to make it out. Am I just the only person thinking this shit? Are y'all not looking at how we've been programmed, we've been told? So now you look at this now I made this your fight. I done put a backpack on your ass full of metal weight and told you to run a track run. Because now you got to not only just try to, you already just got life struggles you deal with. Now you got to fight statistics. You got to fight typically. You got to fight the other people you're going to be more or less put around to for failure. They put us in situations with people for failure. Y'all know that? You take a child in a low average class and move them to a class of higher achievers, you're going to change what they do. You take a kid out of the project and you put them in a community where they're not project, form, thought, how they work, that child going to change their communication, they're going to change the thing they do. If you try to take them back, they're going to look, when their friend do those things, they're going to look at, that don't make sense. They'll do that for them. They don't do that for us. So it makes sense to do what you do. It makes sense. All of it's logical to you because that's all you've seen. That's all you know. Nobody's ever came and said, let me open all these doors and show you all these opportunities. People don't. All your doors say, authorized personnel only. Only in an emergency. Those are all your doors. Emergency access only. No unauthorized entry. Personnel only. You see what I'm saying? All your doors have been labeled, and you know what you come up with? I'm not anybody of authority. I'm not authorized to do anything. Isn't that right? And I don't have nothing to call an emergency to be able to justify my opening of that door. You ain't gonna tell me, Tony Smith holds back Tony Smith. He blames everybody else. That's how they program you. Now you'll spend part of your life wrestling with what part did I contribute with my failure or my holdback? Because he's giving you all your fears. You created Freddy Krueger? Where Freddy Krueger come? In your dreams. See that? In your dreams. All your dreams are nightmare, nigga. All your dreams, he created everything. Anything you got, he create all your fears, all your phobias. Your advancement is not that. You can't really see yourself making it. Well, this is what we do. White kids just like us want to grow up and be somebody. Actors, singers, performers. But guess what they want? Doctors, lawyers, people that make, listen, none of these people live in a community by their damn self. Y'all know that? They all live in a community. Guess who all don't live on their street? All actors, all the singers. These people have companies, corporations. They didn't teach us about getting our own corporations. A lot of black kids don't even talk about being doctors. You'll spend damn near the same time to get a doctoring to get $60,000 a year. They make sure in school, they don't push us toward a lot of these. They don't. What? Hopefully basketball don't care. Football don't care. When that don't work, what happens? You know how many small percentages, how many kids come out every year that play football? How many universities we got? How many on a team? A team you'll have what, about 70?
Division 1 is 125 colleges.
125 colleges.
Each team is
60
60 players.
players on each team. Do me the math.
On the seniors, there's an average of 25, 30 seniors that come.
All right, let's do 25, 30 seniors. On 100 and how many colleges? 125 colleges.
3125.
How much?
3125 at 25.
3,000?
3,125.
3,125.
There's only, Mr. Relevant is only like 600.
They're going to pick 600. Drafting. Because you got what, like 32 teams? 32 teams, and you got 3,200 people coming out. And only 600 people going to get picked up. That's on Division 1. We still got Division 2, and we got HBCU. Only 600 can get picked up. So what's the probability they're going to get you? Then, huh? You got a better chance at being a doctor or a lawyer. Well, you ain't got to compete, and then somebody stop your opportunity, you stop yourself. See, but guess what? They'll push more of our dreams towards stuff like that. Basketball. How many with basketball? How many teams we got basketball? 34? It's a little more than 32. Or is it 32?
I would say at least 32.
At least 30. And then we got how many Division I schools? He said 120 something. That's just Division I. How many can be on the team?
12, 15 at most.
That's practice. Well, then you got your practice too. Still on that.
I mean, they're not they just practice players.
So we talking about 12 on the team.
15 at the most.
15 at the most. So we got 15. I'm sorry, 262 schools. Picks. That's all they can get, not 600. Damn. Every nigga kid want to play professional football. Now, on basketball, we got about 30-14, 32-30-14. We got the same amount of schools, and you only got 15 players, Boston. Can we look at how many players get drafted? Can you look down how many players get drafted for basketball? How many they take? I'm just curious on how.
2 rounds or 30? Yeah, about 60 picks. So 120, maybe 20 total?
120, and we got 15 of these guys on every team. That's bad. And you know what our kids shoot for? I'm going to be a professional basketball player. Your numbers ain't there. But see, let me tell you this. Lynn, they gave you them numbers when you was in school the whole time you were playing. Because everybody feel they got a shot to do it. Instead of giving me at least averages numbers so I got an idea of what I need to do. Most of our black kids, you got a lot of black kids making. You got a lot of black kids with the talent that don't get the coaching. That don't get the showing. These people pick people for a reason. Some people they can't get around, they'll pull something in, they'll look like a little rabble, but you know how to float with the system. You get in them people, you learn to float with the system. They got to make it like they got some people kind of against the grain. At the end of the day, you with the grain. You know what I'm saying? You'll have some kind of do their thing, but at the end of the day, the system's still the system. You always got people going to escape and get around it. But still, like in jail, you got folks that, hey, man, I'm living large and charge in jail, but you still in jail. You still in jail. Ain't that right? You ain't, it's one thing, man, I'm in jail, I ain't even there. Somebody up there, I'm out here. You see what I'm saying? You always got people, got their thing, but at the end of the day, you still in the system. Y'all got it, because the system's still the system. I'm trying to teach you how to create a system that don't damage you so bad. We are so damaged. I'm sorry for taking the time. I'm sorry. I'd apologize. I do. If I just come on in and I just get the love of Jesus in my heart. Well, I come in and tell her ain't nothing wrong. Everything right. Just keep praying for these people. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we got a lot of work to do. Y'all agree?
Yes, sir.
My young people, one of my young people, let me see the hand, my young people. I'm counting on y'all. Y'all hear me? Yes, I'm counting on y'all. Hold on, put your hand down. Let's try it again. Put your hand down. Let's try. Put your hand down from the side. All of my young people. The hell you say? So many people ain't no way. Y'all joking me. Y'all be me at the grave out the wild. Come on, y'all joking. All right, that's good. But y'all put them down. I'm counting on y'all to do something different. Do something different than us, okay? I don't want y'all to just talk about it. I want y'all to work to strategize to change your situation. You can talk about it and talk about it, talk about it. You got to get solutions, okay? You got to come up with solutions. That's what I try to push them to. I do a lot of talking. A lot of people agree with what I'm saying. But I can't get them to come in with me to, let's advocate for a solution. Y'all got it? That's what we got to do. We all agree it's here, it's happening. What's the solution? See? That's where we at. Don't y'all be that generation, okay? Solution. That's what y'all want. Problem solvers are what I'm trying to make y'all become. Y'all got it? If it's a problem, what you do? Run from it. Hide. Solve the problem. Dissect the problem. Why is it a problem? How did the problem occur? How does the problem affect you? Then you change the outcome. This problem is supposed to typically destroy me. No, I'm going to dissect this problem, how it occurred, what it can do, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to alter it. Y'all got it? I'm going to stop it from its effect. You got it? That's what I want y'all to do, problem solving. Y'all got me? Yes, sir. All right, make sure. Problem come up, quit. Run. Hide from it. Make excuses. That's right. Understand what the problem is. Find out first, how did the problem come? How did it become? How did the problem come into play? All right. If you don't learn how to prevent the problem, Once you get it, if you caught it, I want to learn how it started so I can prevent it. If it's a fire, if the fire department come and put it out, they're not going to put the fire out and leave. They're going to want to talk to the people on the scene. Who knows what happened? They're going to bring out an inspector. They're going to check it to figure out what happened. Whether it was a wire slice, did somebody leave something on? Was it something in a fuse box? Because if you don't, what's going to stop me from having to come back again? I'll keep coming back to the same situation. You got me? So guess what I need my young people to learn how to do? How did the problem occur? Let's fix the problem, analyze the problem. So we fix the problem. Guess what? If something happens, it won't be this again. Y'all got it? If you don't, just like slavery, why y'all think we're still in it? Because we never really analyzed it to how did it occur, what we could do to prevent it or alter it. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to alter this situation and fix it for ourselves. We hadn't did it. Problem solve. That's what I need. Problem solve. You know how to problem solve? I can't use you. Y'all got it? All right, we're going to try to move forward. I know y'all tired. I know you're sleeping. Shut up and just wake up and let's just do that. Everything I told you to help you, though. They ain't gonna, I'm telling y'all ain't going to appreciate me until I'm gone. They'll go back and shut your damn mouth. They ain't going to appreciate it. Anybody going to put no time in with y'all and tell y'all what I tell y'all? Man, what I tell y'all mess up these people's money. And you become something, and you create your own way, and you get yourself out of that man derision. Man, listen, there's no limits to what you can do. That's right. All that is part of how he keep you captured in. There's nothing in here you can't do towards your success. I ain't gonna tell you nothing in the world you can't do. There are things that you can do to change and make it for your success. Y'all know that? Look at Joseph. Everything around him was pitted for his fall. He couldn't talk and tell nobody that. When he do, it turned against him. Other day I seen it was some sheaves tied and bundled together. And I had a sheaf, and all of the other sheep just all bowed down and made obedience to it. They started worshiping it. They said, hold on a minute. So you trying to say we gonna all bow down and worship you? I know. I just told you what I saw. Everything he told you caused more and more problems. And you know what the folks do? They dug a hole for him. Dug a hole for him. But when he came out, he was exalted. Y'all see that? When he got over and got position, he wound up losing that position just to go back and be put back down into a hole. And when he came up, Yahuwah exalted him even more. Y'all know that? Yahuwah exalted him even more. And he realized at the end when they came back to party, look at all the stuff you worked against me, it failed. It all worked to my good, and it worked that you came right to do what I told you you're going to have to do. He realized everything you meant for Rosha toward me evil, Allah, he meant it for my too. That's how I need y'all to start altering things that work. He could have got there and hollered the whole time. He said, let me see for a minute. Come on. Hey, man, how I'm doing. How you doing? I just feel like we do. Cry your ass off and get nowhere. That's right. Nobody care about your hurt and your feelings. You got to care enough to change it. Why you crying? Nobody going to be crying with your ass. You're going to be crying by yourself. So since you know that, why waste a tear on them? Why waste telling them your story? You take your story, you know how many times y'all used to told this story? How many times? Who gonna care? Who cares? But this story came to be beneficial to us, didn't it? After we see him being exalted. So if you just stay with the negative part of it, you'll never get nowhere. Sometimes that's just a whole stop station till you get to where you're going. Hello? How many of y'all rode the bus growing up? You ain't never had to get off and wait for another bus? So that once you got out, that meant it was over there, huh? You were just waiting on the next ride. Well, that's how you do when you see one situation coming on. I'm just holding from a ride to come. Y'all got it? Start how to change things. Look at how life works. And look at how you can change things. I had to catch the bus, and my mama taught they were very sort. They knew the bus. So you had to learn how to think. Sometimes you might catch a bus, and you get off, and you wait on the bus, you miss that bus, or that bus gone. You learn how to catch another bus that's totally outside of what you would usually do to get you close enough to where you need to go. And from there, you get off and you make it work. That's how you do in life. See, all the stuff I did, I hated catching the bus. I hated the whole thing away. But you know what also it taught you? It taught you patience. You had listen, buses out road, we had bus schedules. That's listen, buses we caught somewhere. Some started knew my memorization about what time they come. Some buses run on every 15-minute interval. I ain't even need no schedule. 1 minute, I got 15 minutes, next one come. Taught you patience, and it taught you how to be punctual. That's why I said a lot of y'all drag ass when you do stuff. You ain't getting nothing to make you get punctual. You're a bus catcher, you can't drag your ass. Yeah. Bus catcher had to learn to be. I'm telling you, that's why it throws me. I said, shit, man, you can't drag your ass up that late. Sometimes them buses mess around, come early on your ass. You be punching up that hill. That thing, you say, oh, hell, you run out that thing and came early. Messing around. Y'all don't see that before. Boy, you be so pissed. Best you got a bus, you run it and it run on the hour. Or every 2 hours. You stuck. So it's that important to look at your life experience. Everybody in here got life experience that we've gone through. If you went back over it, you can see how it plays a part in your life. You can see how it plays a part in your life. Sometimes, like, even on the bus, we would catch the train. It'll take you through a tunnel. You be in the dark. Ain't that right? But eventually you come back out to the light. Y'all hear me? It ain't going to be that way always. It ain't going to be that way always. A lot of stuff you've gone through, go back and really consider how you only gone through all those experiences to kind of help formulate you to see you can make it. You can, there are other things you can do besides that's it. I ain't never caught nobody say, that's just, it ain't nothing. You got to learn how to improvise quick. I still had to get to where I'm going. Y'all got it? That's the same way it come to your salvation. It don't matter what these people come on, I still got to get to my destination. Y'all got it? All right, let's try to move forward. All right, Kato Sarah. All right, all of that able. Abinu, our Father, Hadu, which is thanks for all you done and you rendered, for this opportunity to be able to symbolize ourselves, be able to yakra upon Yeshim. Forgive us of all we've done, of our kata, our sins, all our transgressions, before it's alarm too late, forever. Baraka us and lamed us and seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation. Baraka us according to the Barif Yushabit to Abraham, Yatsakak, Jacob, the Yahudim, Yasharal, their Tuledoth, their generations, even unto us and to our Tuledoth, that you will instill in us the understanding to do your Kudash will, your separated will. Baraka us, which is bestow a gift or a benefit of us, that we don't be bedalled from that which you've established, which is separated. Baraka those that are watching in, that seek you, that support your Dabarim, we commit to you in Palau. Baraka the out of towns and strengthen and be their healer, and be their Nakum, which is their consolation. Baraka all of those that are going through troublous times and storms and wars and captivities and bereavements and whatever the situation, circumstance, or whether weather related, all is in your hand, and we commit them to your trust. Be a baraka to us not to falter and not to faint. Search us and see if there be anything that could cause or be a defect, that could cause us to be condemnable in the human mashpat. Make us a joint heir with the Mashiach. And if you see anything that could cause to happen, cast it from us as far as the Kadim is from the west, which is the east. As we prepare to move further, we ask that you would let the debar of our pa, meditation of our laws be acceptable in your and take full control, that you get the tahalim, the praise, the kabud, the glory, and the kabad, the honor, in the shem, which is the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Let us all say, Amen. All right. Ooh, okay. What is this right here? Okay. And one speak promoting the petition. That's what she said. In one speech promoting the petition, Green suggested Pelosi could be executed for treason. Key word, could. That ain't saying to execute. Let's see what Mary Lightfoot, heavy-ass, ugly face said. That's an ugly-ass woman. Cal, what they were thinking they elected that woman? Man, she ugly. What was Chicago thinking? She not from Chicago? Oh, hell. You know that lady from Ohio? Mary Lightfoot, ugly-ass, heavy face. Judge said, no. He said, no, she Polish. He said, they don't have Polish there. Man, that's an ugly woman. She do use some good words, though. Believe it or not, she's a very educated woman. She ugly as shit, though, man. No, she not the mayor. She the mayor. That's a while. I know. I thought you were trying to put a major. Chicago mayor, Lori. What's she saying? Chicago mayor Lori Lightfoot, ugly ass, heavy face, is slammed for inciting an insurrection by warning LGBT. Them too many damn letters. I thought it was the LGBT community to fight because the Supreme Court of the United States will target them next after Roe versus Wade abortion ban leak. As Department of Justice is criticized for failing to stop protests outside the judge's home. Okay, one special saying. Oh, she tweeted. This is what she tweeted. Tweeted a call to arms for the LGBT community to help protect Roe versus Wade. I guarantee you, I couldn't have said no shit like that. Nope. Then would you ask yourself, who you getting them guns for, the Supreme Court? Man, that shit right there, you supposed to be under prison somewhere. But you know what? We can't say nothing about nothing. The fact that you can call for getting guns to go and fight for Roe, what the hell are LGBT worried about somebody, a straight woman executing a baby?
Right.
Only reason they want it so they can make them gay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know. They can't make them gay. They kill them. Hell, I don't know. Maybe they're going to take some body parts and sew them on or something. I don't know. I don't know. They measure homosexual. Talking about they pickle. But I don't know what they be doing. That's crazy, though. All right, now, that whole thing crazy. All right, we'll move on. Let's see this. All right, this is 15:4 Romans. We're using the word. That's what it's called, the word program. Yes, all right, listen.
For whatever nikatah before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatah for our alignment.
Why was it written? All right, to show us, to teach us, and to instruct us. Oh, go ahead.
That we through endurance.
What is that? All right, that's right. Don't quit. Go through without giving way. And?
Nakum.
A reward. That's what we're working for. Of the what?
Ketubim.
All right, what happened?
Might have tikva.
A cord. That's right, a connection. That's right. Or you call. That's right, an expected wait. That's what we're doing. Let's see. Daoud said he was going to wait on him more than them, or watch for more than them that watch for the morning. Let me say, we'll finish up. Where we was at? Alah Shamuth. We was reading, if I'm correct, I know what was 21 we left off on. That's not where we stopped, though. I want to finish where we're going, because we were talking, I think we're going a good direction. Which typically we don't ever pick back up on something we leave. Y'all notice that? Very rare. But I kind of like where we were going. I think it's good for us to, what verse we left out? So we did that. So did we get past 2?
No, sir.
Okay. But where we was at, y'all did forget. We left off really dealing with Barashit. '21. And probably about 11. Y'all had Galatians. 4 and 1 we didn't finish. All right, let's see what it go first. We'll come back to that and finish it. We'll go back to Barashit 20, 21, and 11. Okay, Barashit. Yeah, Genesis, they call it 21 and 11. Because I want to make sure we understand. I want to understand it. Okay? Because I parallel this with Galatians, the 4th chapter. Y'all remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let's see what he told her. All right, this is 11. Listen.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight.
Well, it appeared to be very hard before Abraham concerning the Ben. Okay?
Because of his being.
That's right.
And Elohim said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy womb because of the lad, and because of thy bond Shah, in all that Sarah had said unto thee, Shama unto her call, for in Yasakat shall thy seed be called.
Y'all hear what he told him? So what he told you, in Yasakat shall thy seed be called. Okay? So now we understand something. That means he's an heir. Okay? And guess what we learned? That he different nothing.
Yeah.
He different nothing. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
From all of the other ones. He was under what?
Tutors
and governors until the time appointed.
right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So it's important for us to understand these. Let's see what happened. Let's look at some of us came to my mind. But let me see the 23rd, let's say 23. 23 and 1. Same book, Barashit. All right. All right, let's see. So, make it 24. Let me say 24 is what I want. Let's say. We'll kind of play with the L up and down. I'm all right with it, but I don't want them to free. Some of them sitting on the vent. I'm going to get y'all gas from under the vent. Y'all ain't going to burn the rest of us up now. Let's say 24. Let me say. No, let's say 25. Let me say. All right. Let's see what happened. This is 20, 25, and 1. Barashit. I put 23. I'll go back and change that right quick. Go ahead. You can read.
Then again Abraham took in the Shah, and her Kara was Keturah. Shem was Keturah.
Mm-hmm. You got to run down through them names, don't you? Come on, about 4. Come on, 5. Verse 5. Let's see what happens. All right.
And
Hold on, my friend,
Abraham,
make it 4. Make it 4. Listen.
and the Bani of Midian, Ephah, and Epher, and Hanak, and Abidah, and Eldah, all these were the Banim of Keturah.
Hold on, stop. That's not the same names. Let's start with the Midian. But here he put like Gepher. Well, they putting Ephah here. You got this Hanak, he's saying it's Enoch. What we know is Kanuk. Okay, so the names are different. Okay. All right, come on.
And Abraham,
Hold on for a minute. And all of these, the end of verse 4, and all of these,
were the Banim of Keturah.
that's what he told you. Whose sons were these? Abraham. And all of these were the Benim of Keturah. Okay? Listen.
And Abraham gave all that he had unto Yasakah.
Mm-hmm. This is what he did? What happened?
But unto the Bani of the concubines,
What did he do?
which Abraham had,
What did he do?
Abraham gave Barak, and sent them away from Yasakak his being, while he yet Kai, Kadim, unto the Kadim country.
He sent them to the east country. So what we came on here and we looked at, we saw that the child, let's see 4 and 1 again in the book of Galatians. Galatians 4:1. All right, listen. 4:1. 4.
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a Yalit, differeth nothing from an Abad, though he be a done of all.
So you see what happened with Yasakal. He was no different than a servant. He was no different than the other one. Although he was going to come in because in the 21st chapter, Yasakal had just had a feast for him because he was being weaned.
Right.
But he was told by Yahuwah that that's where the seed was going to come from.
That's right. Sure.
This was going to be the person that was going to establish the heir. Y'all got it? He was going to be the person to help establish the throne. But there was no difference between them. Mm-hmm. And later on we saw she had other children. Mm-hmm. And there was no different with him than them either. Mm-hmm. Until the time appointed of the hour. You see when the time appointed, what happened? Let's see what he told us.
But is under tutors and governors.
See that? That's why he told us. They're under tutors and governors.
Until the time appointed of the Abba.
But what happened?
Even so we, when we were benin, were in bondage under the elements of the Olam.
So guess what? Ain't no difference between us and them. Y'all got it? So that's why we look and it would make sense when it come down to with Shaul, when he talked about how in a moment, what was going to happen? We were going to be changed. Mm-hmm. See that? It was going to be a change. Because right now we don't differ between them. Y'all got it? He's saying when you're committing those acts, when you're doing the things you're doing, you're just like them. Mm-hmm. See, what happened with Yasharal, okay? When Yasharal was in Mizraim, let's see something. 18:1, Uyakru. And all this just based off us reading, okay? Because now he went from one position to try to tell you about another one. All right. Y'all read that before. Let's see. Listen.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying,
What did he say?
Speak unto the Benim of Yasharal, and say unto them,
What?
I am Yahuwah your Elohim.
See, that's the first thing he wanted to make the declaration was, who was he? And what makes sense for him to do that, if y'all remember, in Alah Shamuth, what was that? What does it mean again? See what the name. So it made sense for him to keep reiterating in speech when he speaks to him who he was. You know what I'm saying? The connection because remember they wanted to know what was his Shem.
Right.
What is his Shem? So if you keep reiterating it to make sure they don't forget it.
Right.
I am Yahuwah, the existing one. Your Elohim. So when you hear other people talk about Elohim, they ain't ghosty ghost. That's not yours. It's important for you to know who they're talking about, okay? I belong to you, you belong to me, okay? And this is my name. Since you want to know what my name was, I'm telling you that I am the existing one, okay? All right, let's go.
After the doings of the Arats of Mizraim,
What happened?
wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the Arats of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall you halak in their ordinances.
Now, so what were you trying to do? So that's right. Remember, the heir, although as long as he was a what? What did he do?
Differs nothing.
So what we got to do? We have to start changing the way you conduct yourself. Y'all got it? Otherwise, there won't be a separate. Even your book can't tell, and that you put a difference between clean and unclean. We'll do that. How many people use the same basket for clean clothes and dirty, unless you take all the dirty clothes out and then you put the other clean clothes in it? Otherwise, you're going to make a difference between them.
Right.
So this is how he was coming in to show a separation, even though you were waiting to come in possession of. Remember, first, there was no separation when it came down to the rule. We're on the same rule. We're looking to be the heirs of Alam Kai, eternal life. That means we don't have to stop at a stop sign? That means we don't have to stop at a red light? See, we have to do this because one of the tutors and governors to the time appointed. Well, now he talked about he's relating it back over now to us being in bondage to the elements of the world. Now he said after the doing of Mizraim, when you was in Mizraim, what were you? Free?
Bondage.
Guess what? Even so, we were in bondage. So according to their rules and according to the way they write, according to the thing they done, all these things seem to be lawful, were deemed to be something that you could do. But now he coming on saying, I'm going to deliver you from that situation. And now you're not going to commit these behaviors. And where I'm going to place you at, you're not going to follow them and you're not going to commit these behaviors. So it was important for us to understand what he was separating us from. Because sometimes we'll say, you could take that, well, if the child don't differ, ain't no difference between me and you, we can commit the same act. No, I'm separating you early. Because you're going to be placed into a position. See, just like when you look at what makes sense. When we took, in the 12th chapter, you know, I had to go and get in the book of Alah, Shamuth, they call Exodus. If you remember, after we were told at the beginning of our time, he separated us by days, well, not by days, I'm sorry, by Shani, by Yariks. So our time period changed. A lot of things, our ordinances started changing on a lot of ends for us. On top of that, you start looking at when it came down to us doing our zabak, that you were supposed to take the sheep and the goat. Where were you supposed to take them from? From where? From among the other ones. Were you supposed to take the goat from among the elephants? You were taking the sheep and the goat from among the sheep and the goat from among the goat. And you were going to separate them. Mm-hmm. Because now you are feeding them different for you to zabak them. Everything's different what you do when you get ready. That's the purpose. So now guess what? He took him an arm of people from among the people.
That's right. That's right.
So we understood that. Because a lot of times I think we come into confusion. We started learning patterns of how you do things. You take them from among them. Y'all got, and then you make them kudah. Same thing when it came to Louis. Where did Louis come from? Out the bushes? Mm-mm. Louis came from among us. Then he let us know I kudashed him. I made him separate. He couldn't do everything you could do. Y'all see what I'm saying? So we could see how he can make us and put in position by taking us away from. The problem we have in our struggle is our old ways are hard to break. Not that we don't commit them, but that we don't get past them. Right. That's the biggest hurdle we got with the Negro. The Negro ain't never been taught nothing to really make him totally free. When they do, they free him the wrong way. Right. They didn't free him, they put him more and more bondage. The book, even he told you, he said, when they teach you about liberty, he said they themselves are the servants of Qatar. You know what I'm saying? They'll promise you liberty. And they tied up in it themselves. So our thing was learning how to free ourselves from that mindset of going back to. That was my biggest hour where I used to wait on, I'm going to mess up. I know I'm going to mess up. I'm going to wind up messing up. You keep going, you had it in your mind, fame. Because the majority of my life, what I do, I always messed up. So I couldn't see myself living and not messing up. That's just a part of who you are. That's just how it is. You ain't gonna never be perfect. These are lies that they teach you. All we looking at, don't take perfect is, we see something, we say perfect. That means it's nothing wrong, it's nothing off, it's nothing off. And we say it's just too, that's a high demand. I want you to do it to it perfect. You'll keep going back messing with it. Because they want it, it's gotta be just perfect. It's just complete for us. He ain't asked us to do nothing more than what it is. The way they put things, that's why they tell you can't be perfect. Because I'm going to hold you to anything you do. If you forgot Sunday morning, see, try to tell you can't be perfect. Basically, all he was looking at is just being complete. Whatever I told you to do, you've completed it. That's I can't ask for it. For him, he deems that perfect because guess what? I can't ask for any more than that. Man will come up and say, you say, well, I've done everything. Well, it's some more stuff too. See, I knew you couldn't do everything. See what I'm saying? You ain't going to win. So mentally, you already always dealing, fighting with failure because in your mind, you waiting to mess up. Then you mess up. I know I was going to do it. Yeah, because you actually worked yourself into it. You keep conditioning yourself on failure. What you think going to happen? Condition yourself on success. That what he gives you, that's what you're going to do. That's why we learn the difference between just hearing and shama. Listening with the intent to do. Then I need to understand what I'm doing. That way, that's how I'm going to prevent failure. That's how I'm going to prevent from faltering, is that I understand what I'm doing versus just go through the motions. Y'all got it? We don't want to just go through the motions. We want to really comprehend. Shout out to talk about the heights, the depth, the width. We want to be able to, bottle all that in our minds. Y'all got it? That's how we're going to keep from having defects. Y'all got it? We'll examine it, just like we did when they brought something in. They knew the difference between right and wrong, between perfect and something that had defects. They knew it. They could see it. And you could see you could see something that's obviously something's wrong with it. That's right. Obviously. Listen, you check a horse, you get him, you take your hand, you go down his leg. That horse do the number him, something wrong with it. Don't fool with it. Don't keep trying to play with the horse. Something wrong with his leg. More people don't know. You take a leg, you go down his leg, that joke kick, he got something wrong with it. More people don't know how to examine how they look. You pull his lip and you want to look at his teeth. That's how you tell his age. Now that bastard ride it out. You look at it back, damn thing, come down the head, get it back, damn thing like this and go back home. He been rolled too much. That damn thing broke. Leave him where he at. It's stuff you just watch for, you pay attention to. You pick up his hoof, you want to look at it back or you want to just see how wore out and beat up it is. Whether they been showing him or not. A lot of stuff is important for you to know before you get him. You get him and you find out later on you got a bad one on you. A lot of stuff, I've done some of everything. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to teach y'all these are the same, because they were searching, you look for these, they roll, you rub down his back, you checking him. So it's a lot of stuff you look for. That's the same thing we got to do. You know, in the book, examine yourself. Examine yourself. See where you see your defect or your fault, then you work to try to cure, to try to fix it. Y'all got it. And what you can't fix, you got and you get rid of it. He told you when it came into going in life. If your right arm offend you, what he told you to do? Just bring it on with you. Why? He said be better. So now he gonna tell you that, so what he win again? You don't tell me my right arm offend me. The Bible said cut it off. Why? I mean, it just said cut it off. That don't make sense. Why am I gonna cut my right hand off? Because he's talking about now nobody is gonna buy into cutting their arm off. That's the first thing that's just stupid. You got to be mentally dysfunctional to buy into just cutting your arm off, unless it's contingent upon. Let me tell you how it works to understand it. You'll see, have you ever seen people amputee? Guess what? How you convince them to cut it off? If you keep it, you're going to die. You say, man, I couldn't do that. I seen a dude in a wheelchair, man, both his legs cut off. Man, I couldn't do that. You could, they told you, what's the other option if I don't cut it off? You're going to wind up dying. Where the knife at? So you see, because now, guess what? You're based upon, that's a love. That's all you know since you've been living, have your leg. But now I got to dismantle, cut it away from. What are you going to give me to convince me to do that? Because this is going to hamper, it's going to dampen, it's going to shorten your lifespan. Well, this is what you look at when it comes to things that the book deemed to be wrong. If you keep it, it's going to cut your lifespan. I don't want to die. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. Y'all understand that premise? But think how folks told, the Bible said if it offend you, cut it off. That's where we're going to stop at? That was your convincing word to me. The Bible said cut it off. No, I have to understand what you're telling me. Y'all got it? Sometimes families, certain things you got to cut them off. Just like Yahushua on the tube. It was better to cut his mother off and so he can enter in the house, that he could go into life. I don't know what folks think about it. See, you start to, when you understand it, now you start to compare it against things sometimes that's hard for. Like I said, man, I tell you, I struggle with that. How about dying? I could do that. I can go ahead and let it go. But see, what you have to get people to do in order to buy that, because everybody wants still buying that psychosis, you got to get people, as Shamuth, as Cuff would say, he that would love, what was again? Kai and see good days. See, you got to remember, he want to see good days. You always remember little keying factors. It ain't just that he's got to have some other things to tell. See if that Cuff, is that Beth Cuff 3:10, 3:12, Olive Cuff. First Cuff, they call it First Peter. See if that's 3:10 or 12. Let me see. Olive Cuff. Let me see if it's 10. It might be 12. 10, okay. Let me see what 9 say. Since we're down. Let's see what he said. Go on to 10. Listen.
For he that will ahab Kai and see to Yamin, let him refrain his tongue from Rosha and his lips that they speak no guile.
Though they put a contingent upon. You know, the book says you ain't supposed to be speaking guile. You ain't supposed to speak evil. What's going to keep me from doing it? I like life. And I would like to live it, and I like for things to be in a good fashion. Well, he said, then if you would, then once you learn how to reframe your tongue, once you learn how to stop being deceitful, because all this is attaching to your life. See, when people tell you, they tell you just enough of something, it's book, but ain't enough really to persuade people to stop it. Now, when you start attaching, just like we learned with the hard Jacob had for Joseph and for Benjamin. What was his hard? First of all, what is a hard? Good answer. So what now? It's an attachment too, isn't it? See, that's what they were trying to get us to understand. Before we learned the word of hard, he was trying to get it was an attachment. That's what they had. It's an attachment. And then the best way we learned it was when Yehuda let Joseph know about it, who he thought was, he said, for now, even as Pharaoh. He said, listen, my Abba said he's old. He done got up in age. And he had two of them. He had two sons. And one was slain, was killed by some wild beast. And said this last one he got, said he'll harp this boy him. His affection attached to him. He said if something would happen to this boy, he said it'll kill him. He said because his life was tied into the son. See, now guess what we had to do? We had to learn that. You try to figure, how in the world did he has so much care in him that he attached it for him to where people don't realize, and I told the kids about it, they don't realize kids take a part of your life, really. You lose part of your life. It just drains you. It takes you, because you're caring, your frustration, the things you try to set up for them, the things you try to do for them, it just takes so much out of you. That when you've done it, it's just like, I'm just tired. But for him, he had gotten old, and it was like, I got this one that I had by my wife, that I harped. And I harped this child with that I harped, and because she lost her life in bringing me this child, and giving me this child grieved her in bringing him here. But for me, I call him my son of my whole age. For her, she looked at, this is the son that grieved me. But the boy didn't grieve me at all. He reminds me, in my old age, I got me. And I'm just trying to get this thing accomplished with him. And if something should happen to him, it'll happen to me. So I say that to say, we got the word. We have to learn, like Jacob did, how to attach ourselves and realize if something happen to that word, it's going to happen to you. We're attaching ourselves to know he's teaching us the benefits of and keeping it. And if we allow ourselves to alter and turn away from it or default on it, it'll be just like what happened to you, Cole. Something's going to happen to you. Hello? So you know what he did with that son? That being, he guarded him. That's the same way you got to do with the word. You got to guard it, protect it. He didn't just send him out. It was contingent upon something else. Yehuda put himself up for that. Y'all know that? Oh, come on. He loved the boy. He just shot him out the door. No. Yehuda went and put himself up. I put myself up for this one. If something happened to this one, because that's how much he harbored him. He wasn't just going to let him go. Something got to be contingent upon. If something, it's the probability something could happen. Then I'm going to need somebody to put something up on. Somebody got to put something up on this. I'm going to need you to ransom your life for it. Hello? Oh, man. Y'all don't know how much Yehuda a harp is doing. He had that boy he from Yehuda. You know it's evident he sprang out of Yehuda. You ain't going to believe it, too. He had to put his life up on ransom for us. That's how much the Abba harp does. Oh, you can quote Yochanan 3:16. He did a harp. So much that he gave him for us. Who you think he had the real care for? He showed y'all the demonstration, even told you how much he'll harp, and told you how he was well pleased with him. But he gave him up for me. How much he'll harp me? How much he'll harp you? Nobody ain't teach us that. These folks too stupid. They're so busy trying to teach you about something. You need to know how much he cared about the being. You need to know how much he gave to the being. But you need to look at how much he gave up for you. That's how much our heart view, though. Do we all agree he'll harp the son? The man. He gave the son up for you, though. So how much he care about you? He was from Yehuda. What else he was going to do? He listened. The man looked at, if something happened to them boys right, if something happened to these people right here, my life tied up with them. Don't y'all know that man had to put himself up for ransom for us? Hello? But see, they never teach us. Listen, they'll teach us in a way to make us think that as a mass people, which we are, a mass people, he harps us. But it's the individuals that make up the mass. So he's going to watch the people that you think he's going to set up your, let me see. You telling me Shalom was smarter than him? He was looking for the account. How was he count? That's what he was looking at. You think Yahuwah don't know who make up the count? You just slipped in? You just crept in? You him, but he don't know. He knows. I know what make up the masses. And I took all of them to make it up, and I formed them all as one man. Hello? That's how I see y'all as one man. But see, nobody tried to teach us a pride in our servitude. People always, the way they taught us in the way you just go and you'll feel good, but then you right back there. But you ain't gonna make it. Everybody gonna make it but you. Everybody gonna understand it but you. It ain't for you really. It's for everybody else. And you just counted out just riding the train. He knows you. He know your thoughts. He know your ideas. He know your wants. He know your hates. He know your struggles. It's just time for you to know. And he wants you to know that he knows that. And that he understands you. And that he came that you can get understanding about him versus what people just told you about him. You look at the son, how much he loved the son, how much he gave the son. The son gonna rule over us, the son gonna do it. But I gave the son up for you because I want you to rule. Hello? Okay. All right. So that's what we learned. He that will love life and will see to Yamin, let him refrain his tongue from Rosha and his lips that they speak no. Let's see what they do.
Let him exclude Rosha
Decline it.
and do two.
And do what?
Two. Let him seek Shalom
and
ensue it.
Is that right? You're going to stay in pursuit of it. And the thing is for us, these are all the things he's telling us that we need to do in order for things to change for us. We keep looking for change and for things to happen. They don't just happen. Nothing right there just told you just believe in your heart and you got it. He told you the person that really love life and a person that really want to see too and get the best out of it, these are the things that this person will do. He'll be mindful of what he speaks. He'll be mindful of not trying to deceive people or trying to trick people into what they're doing. And then he'll stop doing things that are Rosha. When somebody offered him to do it, the book told you that if Kataim entice you, I decline. I don't want to do it. Because he's looking at what's contingent upon it. Right? Because I really want to have some good days. I don't want to live up on no bed in misery. I don't want to live somewhere sick and can't get around. I don't want to live somewhere hurting and crying out and can't get no help in pain and bed sores. So he said, well, how about you start looking at making sure you don't try to deceive people with your conversation? How about you start making sure that you, when you can have an opportunity to do right, that you do it, that you'll seek shalom. That's a calm. A lot of times people just seek to keep shit stirred up. Ain't that right? Try to set yourself where shalom is. And then when you find it, he said pursue it. Stay on that same path. Continue to make sure that's what you're going after. But a lot of times we don't. We just look that if we just hear the word, our life will change. Absolutely nothing will change because you hear the word. Things change because you hear the word, you understand the word, and you live by it. That's the difference. Stop thinking, I'm going to go, I'm going to hear the word, and my life is going to change. Nothing's going to change. You have to take those words off of the book, let them not just enter your ear, but sink down in your heart. And you got to change. So now you have a conviction. That's why people don't change. Nothing ever got in your heart.
That's right.
Nothing ever got in your heart. So how are you going to get a conviction? You can wear it. You got people saying, listen, even Shamuth said when I would do 2, he said evil was present. He said I would do things that the law had told me not to do. He said then I considered that the law was 2. The law was good. He said it wasn't the law, it was me. You know, people, the law sin. Stop it. The law identifies sin. That makes absolutely no sense. The law it identifies sin wrong. How did the law sin? But see, you'll hear things, they'll write things the way they'll say it. I mean, you keep the law. Y'all go to service on Shabbat. That's what they call Saturday. That's sin. The book said the law sin. Because they don't understand. They're not reading with an intent to understand. They're not trying to get knowledge. They're trying to find rationale to get away from things. Okay, look at it's too stupid. It's too many things you got to keep on. It's too much you got to do. But all this you're looking at, how much is he going to give you? You tell me your labor is more than a reward?
No, sir. Not even.
But they'll convince you of it. See, I don't go places where a man try to lock me in and make me think I can earn my salvation. You can't earn it. God just got to give it to you. So, hell, they don't used to come. They just go home and wait on them and tell her who's going to get it.
That's right.
It makes no sense. The Ruach HaKodesh in 5:32, he said, give it to them that obey him. How you do nothing and you just get it? See, Smith try to teach people they can earn it. You can't earn it. Man is a filthy rag. When this man told her that man was as a filthy rag? Yahoo said that his righteousness was as a filthy rag. He's not talking about the righteousness of Yahuwah. When you're looking at the way you do things, because the book declared that there's a way that seemeth right unto a man. But that end is what? That's when you look at it as a filthy rag. You equate it. When you're looking at what you thought was right versus what is right, there's no equivalent. You got what I'm saying? But the folks sit around trying to see, Smith don't realize all the filthy rags trying to make us live right. Because you don't want to, you done tied something up to justify your behavior. Versus we got to unlock these challenges in our mind that keep blocking and not letting doors access to knowledge. Let me tell you something. When he talked about us hearing with our ear and understanding with our laws and our hearts and being converted, there are doors that's locked. Why the man told me he's standing at the door knocking? Because they all open?
No, sir.
Listen, people don't realize, we closed-minded people. We close based upon how you rate and how you see things.
Right.
Everybody around you, even when Yeshayahu said he saw Yahuwah and he was high and lift up his fist, you know what he told about the people around him? He said they're unclean. Did we know that before he told her that? That the people around, he said, listen, man, he said the people, they're unclean. He started looking at all the things around him. You have to start looking at the things around you that play and perpetrate the part of your failure and your psychosis. And he said, when that man touched, and one of the seraphim flew with one of the lions and touched my lips and said, this done purge your iniquity. Because he told him what he said, the people I dwell around with, he said, got unclean paw. It made sense, I got to purify it. Fire is used to purify. Hello? When he sat on point each one of them, when the Ruach HaKodesh sat, it was like as of. That's right, just like fire, for purifying. And that's what we come to do. Even Cup told us, seeing that you did something. Purified your what? In doing what? It's equivalent to fire. Because what am I the first been obeying? Whatever my basal say. So now I'm going to purify. And guess what? It's going to antagonize me. It's going to hurt. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to cry. I'm going to go through withdrawal. Almost similar, almost like being in a fire pit. Because now I'm starting to obey the mind. So my body is doing something totally different. My mind is operating totally different than the way it used to operate. Like, whatever Tony think. Whatever Tony want to do. Now I'm having to restrict myself. Y'all got it? That's what the Torah did. It came in to restrict. It came in to curb behavior. Like if people want to lose weight, you typically going to have to look at dieting. That's a fight right now. Because you know what happened with people? Just use this for a natural. People say, oh, I want to lose weight. Women a lot of time want to do it. Men good with it. Get fat, watch football. So what you typically start looking at with some of it, you can go through and do the routines you can look up and do, but you'll look at you not really seeing some of the changes you want. Now you got to start going look at the dieting, how you eat. Why? Because these are things that go on the inside. That's what Yahushua told him when it came down to being clean. He said, he started telling one what go in a man, but what came out of him. So we start looking at the performance that he started to show. He told her what come out of adultery, fornication, all these things. He said, these things defile a man. He like, we got to start getting something. And these things on the inside, so to start changing, someone's going to come in with the dieting. We started restricting the eating, not giving to the appetite. Before you learn that about dieting, the book already told you that. In the book of Philippians, it told you whose Elohim is his. Wow. Wow, I got to take for some crab legs right now. Man, baby back ribs be good. Now, it could be, and my mind could come back, but my heart already done waited, and it's soft. And it go back to my mind and say, that won't be a good decision because we're trying to see good days. And that's going to be Rosh. That means I'm going to have to refrain myself. You see that? I won't give in to the discipline of it. Let me tell you what happened with a lot of folks. They'll tell you, you know what they call it? Willpower. And you ain't going to believe why I learned willpower from Yahushua. When they gave him the cup, he said, not my will, but your will. That's called willpower. See, all the stuff you do, the man taught us. He already taught us about it's will. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it. He said, but nevertheless, not my will, but your will. Now, when he did sat down when he took the supper that he called the Last Supper, when he did sat down one Last Supper, because he wanted to eat up on the tuna again. But anyway, so when he sat down to eat and they brought the wine, it was something he wanted. And what he told him? He said, I desire it, but I won't drink it. Teach you willpower. So every time we look, they think, see, I want to be like Jesus. Jesus, nothing came tempt to him or nothing. Where the folk get that from? The Bible, the book clearly told that the tempter came.
Yeah, that's right.
How you get this? And this is why you fail. Because people tell you a lie. He was tempted on every end. The book said he was an all point tempted. All points? Yeah. How you get tempted? Sexually? Yeah. You can't say all points, he had no sexual desire. Yeah. That's right. The stuff that people teach you isn't practical. The man was tempted on all points as we are. It was important to know that. And the only reason you have to believe that because you have to look at the Rosh Kohan. Right. See if that the 9th chapter book of Uyakra. They call Leviticus. I'm trying to let y'all go. A lot of them already been gone. Oh, man. These folks don't be long for that. Y'all know y'all go home and go to bed at night. I thought it'd just be me. I'll go sleep late and I get up early. I'd be like, goodness. Because y'all ought to know when y'all come, you're going to get taught something. Let me see if it's 6. Might be the 6th chapter. Uyakra 6 and 1. I might come back and say, might be the 9th chapter. No, 9 and 4, I think I just saw 9. We'll see. All right, we'll see how that works. Let's see. Let's see how that works. 9 and 1. We'll come on. Listen.
Which verse?
Do 9 and 1. We'll read that.
Yes, sir.
It's all the same word.
And it came to pass on the 8th Yom that Moshe, Korah, Aharon, and his Beni, and the Zakanim of Yasharal. And he said unto Aharon.
Ho, they ain't got that yet. 2.
And he said unto Aharon.
Do what?
Take thee a young calf for a katah zabak.
You said do what now?
Take thee a young calf for a katah zabak, and a ram for a burnt zabak, without blemish, and offer them before Yahuwah.
What's that?
And unto the Benim of Yasharal thou shalt speak, saying, Take ye a kid of the goats for a katah zabak, and a calf, and a lamb, both of the first Shana, without blemish, for a burnt zabak.
Spotless. Go ahead.
Also a bakar and a ram for shalom zabak, to zabak before Yahuwah, and a meat zabak mingled with oil for the whom Yahuwah will appear unto you. And they brought that which Moshe Amar before the Mashakan of the Adah, and all the Adah drew near and stood before Yahuwah. And Moshe said, this is the thing which Yahuwah Amar that ye should do, and the kabod of Yahuwah shall appear unto you. And Moshe said unto Aharon, go into the altar and offer thy katah zabak and thy burnt zabak, and make an kafar for thyself and for the and offer the zabak of the and make a kafar for them as Yahuwah Amar.
So let me ask you a question. What was he making sin offering for himself for? Why was he doing all this stuff for himself first? I'm in all point tempted just like y'all are.
That's right. That's right.
Subject and prone to.
That's right.
Not without. That's the first thing he had to do. He had to consider himself.
That's right.
He done gathered all that stuff up. He looking at, man, these folk really must be filthy. Boy, these folk really must have messed up. Goodness, man, that's a lot of stuff we got to get. He said, yeah, and Yahuwah commanded that you do it for yourself.
Come
first.
on.
See, this will allow you to know why in the, let's see, what's the second chapter of the book of Romans, 2 and 1.
That's right.
Two and 1. We'll drop down and catch one other one. Listen. 2 and 1 Romans.
Yes, sir.
2 and 1. Listen.
Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O Adam, whosoever thou art that Dan. For wherein thou Dan another, thou condemnest thyself.
Let's see what happened.
For thou that Dan doest the same thing.
Yeah.
But we are sure that the mashpat of Elohim is according to a mock against them which commit such things.
So that what such thing? What such thing would he be talking about? So what? You're right, the Torah. What else is it gonna be? What else I'm gonna compare it to? What he told us he was going to do to people that did certain works, certain acts. Then our confidence was that he was going to do it against them that do those things. Whoever commit those acts he told, that's who he's going to get. Listen, hold on. For we know that the mashpat of Elohim is according to the Amat against them that do such justification, verification. 32nd chapter of the book of Alah Shamuth. They call Exodus. 32. Something about, see if it's about 22, 23. Alah Shamuth. About 22. Let's see. Listen.
And Aharon said, let not the anger of my Adon.
Hold on, matter of fact, put me at 21. Listen.
And Moshe said unto Aharon,
What did he say?
what did this arm unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a katah upon them?
He said on him?
Upon them.
Oh, okay, come on.
And Aharon said, let not the anger of my Adon wax hot. Thou knowest the arm, that they are set on mischief. For they said unto me, make us mighty ones, which shall
Who said
go.
that now? Who did it?
For they said unto me, make us mighty ones, which shall go before us. For as for this Moshe, the Ish which that brought us up out of the Arats of Mizraim, we know not what is become of him.
Listen.
And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off.
Yeah.
So they gave it me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf. And when Moshe saw that the arm were naked, for Aharon had made them naked
Or
unto
scattered.
their shame among their enemies. Then Moshe stood in the door of the camp and said, who is on Yahuwah's side? Let him come unto me. And all the Bani of Lui gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal, put every ish his sword by his side, and go in and out from door to door throughout the camp, and slay every ish his ak, and every ish his re'ah, and every ish his re'ah.
They say everyone that's nearest to him. That's what the Greeks told them. They said friend and there, whoever nearest to him. Okay? Let's see.
And the Banim of Lui did according to the debar of Moshe, and there fell of the arm that about 3,000 anashim.
Listen.
For Moshe had said, fill your hands this to Yahuwah, even every ish upon his bin, and upon his ak, that he may bestow upon you a barak this
Come on.
And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe said unto the arm,
What did they do?
ye have kata, a great kata.
What kind of sin Moshe did?
And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe said unto the arm, ye have kata, a great kata. And now I will go up unto Yahuwah. Peradventure I shall make a kafar for your kata.
Make atonement and treat for you. Come on.
And Moshe returned unto Yahuwah and said, O this arm hath kata, a great kata, and have made them mighty ones of gold. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their kata, and if not, blot me, I palaw thee, out of the safar which thou hast written. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe,
If what?
whosoever hath kata against me,
You said who now?
whosoever hath kata against me,
What's going to happen?
him will I blot out of my safar.
Listen.
Therefore now, go, lead the arm unto the Malkum of which I have spoken unto thee of. Behold, my Malaki shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the when I will visit their kata upon them.
That's tight. Let's see what he told us at 2 and 2. Romans. Listen.
But we are sure that
We
the
know.
mashpat of Elohim,
Is what?
according to a mark,
According to the truth,
against them which commit such things.
it didn't make sense to blot Moshe out. It made sense to come and visit them. They the one committed it.
Yeah.
That's why they were sure. Even Aharon told you. He said, you know what their people are. They set on doing this stuff. They set to doing stuff wrong. He said, they came to me and told me to make it for them. Yeshayahu seen them. He said the leaders of them caused them the error, and they done let them are destroyed. But better yet, what you go to, kind of would make sense to me why Rehoboam wouldn't listen to the people when they came to ask him, to make it lighter on them. I done seen this before, especially when you got you a copy of the book. These folks will come up and tell you to make it easy and let them have it, and they'll mess around and have me in trouble. So it makes sense to make it thicker, make it hard on you, since you came to ask me. Y'all, let me tell you something. What looks easy ain't easy. Just thinking that people were just leading us and going, there's a lot of fear, and you have to start following, and you start leading these people according to people that led before that you found these people led and where they were buried. All that was important. All that was important. You can go with people and you can like them, but it's all about where you were buried and how it recounted or recanted all your action to come back and say that person moved and they were buried with their Abba. That was important to know that. It's important to know at the end how did he come out and he justified that person. So other leaders that took the reins followed a pattern of people. Nobody just jumped and grabbed no reins and started leading people. You were leading according to. And you try to make sure when the Nabim come, they would tell you not to be like other people. The Nabim would tell you about other people who led the people astray, that caused the people to venture out. And these were people you tried to avoid their actions because you knew what their outcome were. So it was a lot of fear when you talking about leading this people. Worried about making sure you're doing it right. Even like Solomon said, he said, man, I got to go for so greater people. I want him to be with him like he was with Daoud. How he shopped to Daoud, different things he wanted to make sure he did. He looked at, it's all contingent upon. This man cared for his people was so great. You just don't grab no reins and just start leading his people. Leading their people can cause you, man, be turned and gone aside. You be out of the way messing with these people. So you got to figure just how much pressure it is on people, people that have come before to even lead this people, to making sure you go over and you understand this Torah. That he said, we are sure that the judgment of Allah is according to a mot against them that do such things. So it's important for people to make sure they got themselves right and they took advantage of the opportunity set before us. Which you guys don't do a lot of times. You guys like to procrastinate and you like to mess around, you like to make excuses. Your excuses won't get you in. That's why it's important for us to understand it so we make sure we make the right decision. Y'all got it? Let's finish up over here in the 21st chapter. I'm going to try to let y'all go. We'll read a little bit of this and I'll let y'all go. Most High willing him. I think it's good we go back through the Torah. We left out verse 2. 21:2. Alah Shamuth. All right. We left off at verse 2. So verse 3. All right, listen.
If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself.
And go out alone.
If he were married, then his Ashah shall go out with him.
Uh-huh. Y'all hear that? If he was married, his wife go out with him. If he came in with a wife, he go out with him.
That's right.
You know what's amazing when you read that? Let me say. You know what's amazing? I think it's the 7th chapter in the book of Romans, 7, 1 Corinthians 8. It talks about he that married don't seek to be loose. He talk about a man abiding in his call.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In the first, it's got to be 1 Corinthians 7 chapter.
Yeah.
He talked about a man abiding in his call.
That's right.
Which makes sense now. When you go back through the Torah, it makes sense. He told you the man came in, married, supposed to go out with his wife.
That's right.
All right, listen.
If it's a done,
And then he told you that the time remaining, that he that hath a wife.
be as though he had none.
So if I had to go out free and I didn't have one when I came in, I had to go out like I don't have one.
Come on. That's right.
Think about it. It would be comparable to this.
That's right.
Let me tell you something.
Makes
the book
sense.
gives us a lot of information. Because you just read that, how be I don't have a wife? If I was setting in my time to go to be free,
Right.
I had to go out just like I don't have one.
Right.
See, a lot of times we've jumped in these relationships and we got into things or we're preparing to get into them. We hadn't considered what everything actually details. It really does. You had to really consider that. He talked about they go out and go free. He said, you didn't have no wife when you came in here. You got in here. He said, you go out by yourself. He talked about the man and the woman came and the man came in with his wife. He said, then they going out together. That's why you have to be so careful about things you attach yourself to. But these people had to have a mindset that when they went into captivity, so that's what I look at. I go into captivity. I know our Torah. Or I won't say captivity. I won't use captivity. Let's say I got myself in a situation where I'm going to have to go, I'm going to be a bard, servant of candidate. Then I understand that going into servitude for him, I'm only going to be there the 6 year. In the 7th year, I don't go out in the 6th year. The 7th year is when I'm leaving. So knowing my Torah, guess what I got to look at? I got to look at what I get myself out. Getting him, man, you know what? Since I'm him, I'm just going to start getting me a house. I'm getting me some cars. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me some jewelry. I'm going to get me, what else I get? What else I don't know? Probably dig me an in-ground pool. Probably just going to put me a pool in. Just put all that in. This is my third year. I'm rolling. I still got some time, you know what I'm saying? Fourth year, you know what I'm thinking? Really, I really want to do some investments. I'm going to get another house, and I'm going to rent that one out. Now, fifth year we going, I'm going to start a car rental business. Well, since they ain't have a car, I'm going to rent out ass at Dunkin'. I'm going to call it run out ass. Royal rental ass, that's what I'm going to call it. It could be for kings, queens, prince, or princesses. They can come and get them. Royal rental asses, all right? I just have all this set up. Then my fifth year, sixth year, I'm rolling and going. Got some stuff going to set up some investment. Got the rental car thing going. Got my rental property. Got my house going. And yeah, I met this girl. She's special. She's not like no other girls I ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and get married. Because all this stuff ain't no good if I ain't got no woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I go ahead and I get married. Year 7 pop up. What happened, Ray? Time to go. I'm building this, but I got this stuff rolling now. I got residual income coming in. You see what I'm saying? So now, what's gonna happen with all this I set up? Huh? So master got to keep it, cause where did I get all this at? On the master. So it stays with master. The wife, the houses, the pool, the car. Knowing this going in, what do I need to do? Don't get myself entangled. Guess what? No man that warreth the warfare. I'm only here to pay a debt so I can get out. But now I put myself so far in, and now I'm all this cut the food. Now I'm telling you what I could do because they booked. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So I let him take my ear and put it to the and put a hole, and so I'm gonna stay with my master. I don't want to do that. So I got myself too far in. They had a move with Lauren Fishburne. He Larry in my house. He come around my house, I call him Larry. Y'all call him Lauren. Every time he come to my place, I call him Larry. He don't like to be called Lauren. I said, Larry, in too deep. So now that teaches us how much I need to really put into this. This is only for a period of time. Now let's start looking at our life here. You can't get yourself too far in there because you ain't going to believe it. You're going to have to leave. And the more stuff you get, guess what you're going to turn around and do? I love my master. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and put a hole in my ear. Let's go ahead and put a hole in, and now I'm bonded to stay with my master forever. I'm not trying to stay him forever. Yeah. So you see what it had to be a balance. Who I need to say I love, I don't want to break away from is Yahuwah. That's right. But a lot of time we get caught up. He lets you know, there are options. You can stay. If you want to keep her, keep them kids, keep that house, keep that in-ground pool, keep that royal-ass rental. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and keep it. But you understand, you're going to have to give a commitment to it. You're going to have to pledge an allegiance to it. See, that's why a lot of stuff we think about it don't fit for us. We need to understand that. See, when Yahushua came, you ain't going to believe it. He had no attachment to nobody. And that's why he loved all of them here. You know he loved that? I'm not going to be here that long. Everybody, 33 years. Man, you know how much money you can flip in 33 years? You know what you can flip? He said, yeah, and you flip it, guess what happens? You're going to have more of it. Well, man, it's going to be harder for you to go. Now when they come down to me to fulfill my commitment, it's going to be a problem. That's why he was able to do it. So the girl was saying, I can't be like this. You can't. It's the same knowledge. You can be like who? You just got to understand how far you can go. Understand when you get these things, the book is to ask, what again with this thing? And not, you can abuse it. It got you too far out there to where you can't keep your commitments to him. I tell people, it ain't no Qatar to have things. It's Qatar for things to have you.
That's right.
Therefore, that can't be here because of things.
Yeah. It's true. That's right.
I ain't nothing wrong with the phone. Man, see, when you say you can't have this, no. When you say it, you can't, or you try to be saying it can't have you.
That's right.
They had a man, he was a prison guard. And you know when he was there with Shamuth, and the man sat there and the door was open, and he looked and he said, surely my life, that man had attached his life to that job. Them prison door open, he got ready to kill himself. Because he right, this is my job. If these folk get out, I I'm good as dead. Me guarding that prison has my life entangled into it. So I told Ho, don't kill yourself. We all still him. That man called Shaul to come forth, took him home and washed the stripes away and cleaned the man up. And you didn't believe you want to know what I need to do to be saved.
Yes, sir.
He said, what I need to do to be saved.
That's right.
He said, well, I said, you're going to have the money on Yahushua HaMashiach. Ain't that right?
Yes,
and your whole house.
Whole house. Yes, sir.
He said, and you can be Yasha.
That's right.
You can be delivered.
Yes, sir.
That man concerned how I need to be saved. That man said, man, I'm finna take my own life for a job.
Yep.
I'm finna throw it all away.
Yes, sir.
And I'd have surely been burned in Sheol somewhere.
Right.
Sir, what must I do to be saved?
Yes, sir.
So I got the money on him just like he said.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. People attach their life to stuff all the time out here. Man, come on. Hypothetically, me and you married, you leave me, I blow my brains out. What my life would attach that? Man, my house getting foreclosed. Everybody love my house. Folks come to my house, we had a party. I'm finna lose my house, blow my brains out. What my life was attached to? Why you can't attach yourself to Yahuwah?
Come on. That's right.
People do it all the time. Child died, rattled them so bad, they kill themselves. People always attaching themselves to stuff. So when Yahuwah come in there, it sound cultish. The stuff you doing is cultish, and then it ain't got an end game to it. Like people say, what's your end game? I just keep going. That's not an end game. What's your end game? What's the final to what you're doing? I don't want to be doing that just spinning and spinning and spinning. What's the end game? This ain't a message for everybody, is it?
Right.
Do it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's see the next verse and I try to, cause I'm losing my audience. I've been lost some of them. I said, don't worry about it. Don't try to fight it. That's where you at. Like I said, take your rest. Come on. Listen.
If it's a done, give him an Ashah, and she have borne him Bani or Banuth, the Ashah and her Banim shall be her Adon, and he shall go out by himself.
So he know that, see? He let you know if you get committed. Man, if I'd have known that at first, that was important to know your Torah. So you already know.
That's right.
You already know going in what you got. Whatever you got, I got to be able to leave it there. I'm going to have to stay here with you. I'm going to have to stay here with you. I'm going to have to commit to be with you forever. I don't want to make that commitment with this world.
That's right.
Listen.
And if the Abad shall plainly say, Ahab, my Adon.
I ain't going to do it. I get away and never got the hold of my hand. I ain't never loved these folks. I'm telling like Bree said, Mama told her, we don't love these hoes.
That's right.
Listen.
My Ashah and my Benin, I will not go out free.
That's tight. Listen.
Then his Adon shall bring him unto the Shaphatim. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost. And his Adon shall bore his ear through with an oil, and he shall serve him along.
All the things are little. That's the metal pick. You take it and pick that. Imagine that's what they do, put an earring in a man.
Yeah.
That's what oil is. It's a metal like pick, and you stick it through and pierce it through. I would tell people when they get it, you saying you love your master.
Yep.
So you take it that doorpost and push it through, and you put that hole in there. So when they folks see it, they know you love your master.
That's right.
And know you're attached. And this is what happened. And he shall do what?
And he shall serve him along.
It's tight.
Yep.
That's tight. That's tight.
That's right.
See, we had to understand what we're getting at, because then you got to look at that. Now you gone from a short period of time of trying to pay a debt. Now you made it lifetime.
Yep.
And we'll do it with credit card payment. They give you a 18 months 0% interest, 6 months 0% interest. We'll give you an opportunity to take it, utilize it, pay it off, and get out of it, and then be debt free from it. But we get in it. Hell, we married it. We abused the 6 months, 18 months. Shit done stretched out 10, 15 years. Before you know it, you done stayed in too long.
Yeah.
See, we're trying to teach you how to be debt-free and watch other commitment, because now you're taking on more debt. Now you still staying too committed to it.
Yeah.
Where it looked like one thing to it, it teaches how to, the book teaches how to live a lifestyle out here with things. What you get yourself committed into, what people get, like I told you, y'all might talk for going to the store, free, free, free. I said everything free, don't tell you, let them have it. You attach yourself to something. Ass start keep eating, now you got to put in your buggy, ride down another aisle and stick the shit somewhere it don't even go. I know some people done that. How many of y'all done that? We ain't perfect, but we working on it, we striving. You know, sit here and keep eating all that free shit, you be like, yeah, let me go. You ride down the aisle, you keep, you be like, shit, I ain't pay for this thing. Stick it behind something. I call that this job security for somebody. If I was you, I'd go down aisle 6 and some bloody meat leaking. But you see, that, but I'm just telling you, because you wind up committing yourself so to something, to now, you see what I'm saying? Now you restrict yourself out to another debt. So he taught us how to go in without overly committing ourselves, because you're only going to be there for a short time. Even when it come down here, it don't make sense to get ourselves all entangled with so many things that we kind of get ourselves into. I'm talking about till it holds us, till it keeps us to a point that we can't, it's unbearable in a sense because you only working to do it. It's only got you restricted to it. Don't you know they were looking to be free? I'm only trying to work to pay the debt and get out of here. The same thing we're doing now, learning how to use it and make sense out of what we're doing. A lot of times we don't. Why y'all think we stay so far behind? Listen, the book teaches us economics. It teaches you how to clean your house. It teaches you how to marry. It teaches you how to be a single person. It teaches you investing. It teaches you everything. It teaches you ownership. Y'all got, the book teaches us everything, but go over here. Ass on the internet, trying to find some shit. Nobody on there that doing that trying to teach you. I see all kind of ads. Instagram, all kind of ads. Own your own business for $50. You think I'm clicking that shit? There's no $50 business. Now I'm telling you now, I started one with $10, but I wouldn't suggest that to everybody. A legal business out here, not $50. Just don't do it. But see, you reel people in. I got $50. What $50? You pulling suckers. You pulling people got big dreams that don't understand how things work. And before you know it, you get enough of them for $50. That's how they building their business. Because they doing it much as they said and took off. I ain't got time to fool with you. Spread it for free. But see, it look good because people always want something without actually really having to do something. They know, smart, for $1,000, get started and make millions. If I know how to take $1,000 and make millions, I'm going to teach it to you. You messed the game up. $1 million ain't nothing now because too many people got money. It's too many thousandaires. Back when people had million, folks were hundredaires. Mm-hmm. You got folks $50,000, $100,000. There ain't no money no. Back then you had $100,000. You were calling you rich. Mm-hmm. Man, you rich. Now, shit, you struggling. You got $100,000. Like, man, your ass finna be outdoors in tomorrow. Because so many people got, it's really not as much as people think now. So what you got to do, you got to try to make more people poor to keep them away from that way you can make yourself a little bigger. Man, you see somebody in a Mercedes, that ain't shit no more. You was going to 7, you was in a Mercedes, you was in a...
It's major.
They were like a Rolls Royce seeing stuff. Like everybody got them.
Yep.
Shit, folk with food stamps. Section 8 got them. I mean, it ain't nothing now. BMW, all this stuff. You see more Rolls Royce. When I was growing up, you saw a Rolls Royce probably 3 times in your life. Yeah. Man, you seen a Rolls Royce right, you like, a Rolls Royce, like a limousine? Man, I remember the day you walk downtown, you see them, you like, man, they rich. Shit, we didn't know folks renting that shit. We thought you owned it. Because you don't mess up. The world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Remember, Ernie them had one. White man, so white man limousine meant they were rich. So when we saw folks in limousine, you naturally saw with different stroke. They rich. You didn't ride them folk were renting. Corporate limousine, because we didn't know. Guess what? You don't tell niggas. They didn't tell us, listen, when them people buy Mercedes and BMWs and them Rolls Royce, them folk do 10-year they do 10-year payments on those cars. I ain't never done it. Hell no, don't ever think I done no shit like that. I'm not paying no damn car for no 10 years. 10 years. I went up folks, I told that folks say, yeah. They said, how you want to pay for it? They said, you want to pay 10 years. I said, for what? What? Hell no. I'm not paying no damn car for no 10 years. You crazy? They said, that's how people do it. I said, I'm thinking like, damn, I thought y'all were doing it.
Right.
They said, guess what they realized? Enough of the people with money give. When folks were buying BMW, they were keeping these shit like 10, 15 years, 20. Them folks keeping it forever because they look at how long and how much they pay for them. So you had to make it affordable for other people to get them and get them back in the dealership. So you start stretching the note so you could pull more people in. Then the people that paying 10 years who won't get rid of, let's say, listen, I got a better program for you. Would you like to get a new one every year? Let's do lease. He don't work there in my line. These folks don't know that what they do to him. They lease, so in your eye, when you see it, you assume everybody riding them car on them. Hell no, they own them cars. They leasing. But see, more people getting in, more people out here, more people learning, so everybody want to fake and look like something they ain't. You got what I'm saying? It's giving the opportunity. And now, you know what, looking at the people with money, looking at, hell, you look like me. Why y'all, let me tell you something. Why y'all think they took the interest rates up? Do y'all know how many people sitting in big-ass houses shouldn't be in them? Do y'all understand in the 80s, $100,000 house, you were rich. In the 70s, you said, how much better? $100,000? Which ain't nothing now. You found $100, shit, anybody get $100,000. Guess why? Because they dropped the interest rate. Now you got all these people, shit, it's so many folks in $300,000 homes, and these homes look so good. Now these folks got these big homes. You say, shit, I get that house and just about have that one. I ain't got to spend all that for that. It would just be the dream of what? I want a big house. I want more than one, but we kind of said it one bathroom, one shitter. Man, you found a house, remember how back there, they had a master, they had a bathroom in there, and then you have a head bath. Man, you were doing it. You were doing it. You got, let me get it straight, you got two shitters in here. Two people can shit at the same time. Man, you rich. Man, you get 4 or 5 bathrooms and all this shit now. These folks look at it, too many of y'all niggas out here. They sick of it. They got to cut. You take the interest rate up, you make it unaffordable so it can make you start looking back at them. What y'all think, man? Y'all remember people got homes at 2%, 2.5%, 2.8%? Too cheap, take them up. Let's take them up. Because real people, too many of y'all there. Y'all don't look at them like that no more. You can rent, ride, do pretty much everything they do, you can damn near do. Lease, them guys, they have jewelry. The shit they leasing. Them guys go and lease jewelry to go to a doing show. Lease jewelry to go to a award ceremony. You looking thinking, man, he rich. His ass rent. Then they started spoke Lil Wayne too, you the rent. They had all their ass coming up, renting jewelry, rent. They said, these guys, everybody looking, man, Lil Wayne got $500 billion trillion. They ain't even got a practical number out their mouth. Man, where y'all get these numbers? Because they'll make them look like they're doing it. Them guys owe more money than they're going to make. They suck everything out of them guys, and they just let them guys rent shit and show shit. Just like TLC. Everybody thought it, don't go chasing water. Should have been chasing Pebble when she took your money. Right. Shit, I'd have owe my skull up, see what she was thinking. Took my damn money. All that shit you done done, and y'all split $35,000 between 3 people? 3 people split $35,000. Nothing. They said, we done told our parents we gonna buy them houses. Said, we couldn't buy them. Everybody like, why y'all ain't get a, that's we couldn't. Left out the only one told her. She had to tell them. She said, we ain't make no, I don't know what people think about. She said, they got through hitting us for the recording, when they got through hitting us for them videos, when they got us for costume, everything, Pebble ripped the shit out of them. Pebble didn't have to make but one album. She made the rest of them on our TLC. Piss poor managing. They always beat our people and make it look like we done something. They put up behind all the time because nobody teaches us the science of how stuff works. You'll think these folks help you. These folks don't care nothing about you. All right, I'm finished there. We'll get ready to go. Give me the next verse and I'll let y'all go. Who with it? All right, come on.
And if an ish sell his ba to be a maid servant, she shall not go out as the men servant do.
Come on.
If she please not her Adon, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed, to sell her unto a strange Gui. He shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her.
So that taught us how we had to do stuff.
That's right.
You get involved in a relationship, and a man say he's going to take a woman, he's going to deal with them. He got to learn how to deal with her if they're going to separate, because you're dealing with us and how we deal with each other. Y'all see they talking about selling her off to a strange nation, get out to a foreign nation. We can't do that. You dealt deceitfully with her. Your intent, you can't do that. See, if you look at even with Yosef, remember they did with him? They sold him off. And you don't forget it, they had dealt deceitfully with him too. Their intent when he came down, they brought him down, and he wasn't a woman, but look when he came down to see how they were doing, they set him up, and they did deceitfully with him. They had already plotted in their mind what they were going to do to him. They weren't pleased when they said, because he's not going to reign over us. And they took and they sold him off. But they turned back to his tube. So a lot of things he getting them set up, it's a lot of things they could have compared it with and look at. They could turn and come back, and that same person can rule and be over you. Y'all know that? Even we had situations, you need to know, we had situations where we work for one another, we've done stuff we do for a period of time to do it. But he let us know how we were supposed to do. And you know who he always used comparable to do it? Always remember how you were done in Mizraim. You got there and you sold yourself. He let us know. He said he let us know, and we understand. I think in the book of Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, I think it is, he said you sold yourself to slavery.
That's right.
You sold yourself to it. So that's why it made sense for him to come to free us. That's how a person got in debt, because of some business didn't you done. You wound up putting yourself in the same way. You had to work for it.
That's right.
He said, well, you sold yourself to Kataim. So it made sense for him to come to tell us that I came to deliver you. I came to bring you out of bondage, get you out of slavery. I'm trying to get you and get you to liberty. So that's why it made sense when he was talking to him in the 8th chapter of Ukanon, when he spake to them that amount on him about them continuing his dabarim, and then there'll be his talmudim, and they'll know their mot and their mot and make them free. And he let them know later that whosoever that the Ben set free, he don't owe nothing. You don't owe nothing. So that gets away from right. We learn now let's look at this before I get it and I time and let go. Looking at not owing nothing. That's why it don't make sense for you to go around and still bring in sacrifice and offering for sin. Because I freed you from it. That made much sense. I worked for Ray for 6 years and 7 years I'm free. I've been out of captivity with Ray 3, 4, 5 years. I still go by and just drop payments off. How much sense it made? How much sense it made for me? Yahushua came and moved for my Kataim. He freed me, delivered me, and I still going to offer offering. It don't make sense. He said, I freed you from it. Y'all got to remember, that also came with a bondage. I got to search through stuff looking for the exact right one. That ain't an easy look. Look at Shamuth when he even went down to find one of Ben and Yashin. You got to search through them and keep looking to see which one fit, which one the right one. That's a burden in itself. I got to look through a whole herd or something trying to find them. Then I got to go over to the goat side and look through it. That's a burden on me. That's a say. He said, I freed you from that. That's why he told you, in serving me, guess what happened with my yoke? And my burden. How much burden you got to go find? I said, go bring me a goat in the first year. Without burden. Where you finna start looking at? That type. Where you gonna start looking at? In him? You see what I'm saying? Where you gonna look at? Go find me a goat in the first year without blemish and spot. That's a lot of straight. You got internet look, but you got to still walk through and you got to check them. Seeing which one going to, because you got to remember, when you were supposed to bring a zabak, how was it supposed to be? Acceptable. And what you call a bird, that's your reasonable service. So now you got to make sure, now you got to look at, what do I require? So you got to look through it and you got to pick it, not according to your eye, what it is I require. Because Yahuwah told Shammah, I don't see like you see. You looking on the outward appearance. I'm looking at other things. There's some other defects that you need to be looking for. That's a burden on you. Y'all understand that? That's what he came to do for us. That's two.